Welcome.
Here we are, guys.
Oh. Mr. Willson, cheers, first of all.
Cheers.
Yeah. Distant cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Little clank over on that side. You can hear that. The bottom.
Transfer the clank to you, good sir. Yeah.
Do
spiritual clank.
That's what I supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being extra safe here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mr. Willson, what is this podcast called?
Consistently not.
Yeah! Consistently not.
That's
I
a
like
new one.
it.
Episode 1, ladies and gentlemen. Here we
Welcome
are.
to the first episode of Consistently Not.
Every time we've asked someone, they've always said something different.
Yep.
It's the
It's the
best.
best.
We've only had one person get it right, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
With Mr. Mike Willson. Hi. Thanks
Yeah.
for being here.
First off,
Thanks for
congrats
having
on a show.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
Well,
Big
we need to
fucking
introduce who
achievement.
the fuck he is first.
You said Mike.
Like,
You said Mr. Wilson.
okay, he's just Mr. Willson.
It's going to be labeled
He
as
is wearing
the
a mask.
title.
This could be any human on the planet right
kinda
now.
could.
So just the top of the head. Yeah.
Yeah, you're wearing the shirt, man. You're our fucking engineer from Maps, man.
Yeah.
Owner and co-founder, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. That's
Mr. Maps, if you will.
Mr.
Yes.
Maps. We talk about you a lot on this show.
Fullerton's
Oh.
finest.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate
You
it.
get many shout-outs. Yeah.
How long have you been established as Maps now?
Shit. 10 years.
10 years?
10.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is this, did you have an anniversary party or anything like that?
No. No. Definitely did not.
Did it already pass? Is it coming up?
I think so.
Oh, so you had one planned, but it got canceled due to COVID,
You know what?
right?
I think technically, like, our DBA would be, like, finally put in our DBA paperwork. It
Right.
was, like, it'd be November of this year would be our anniversary thing.
Okay.
All right.
So I think we
November.
still got time to possibly celebrate.
Yeah, throw a party, dude.
Well, hopefully COVID doesn't ruin everything.
I know.
It's going to be a
Right.
Zoom party.
Are we
It'll be
rolling the
great.
dice on November now? Let's go roll. Let's hear. Show me November.
I know.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I
Yeah.
don't know. We will see.
I think there's going to be a lot of shit
Yeah.
going down in November. Maybe we do need to throw a party regardless.
It is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's election time.
There's
Yeah.
going to be an
Yeah.
October surprise. I wonder what
Apocalypse
it's gonna
party.
be.
Apocalypse party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude.
Oh, that'll be weird. Well,
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know if I think about that.
last we heard out of the Maps world, Shane was telling us that for the most part you were shut down, but thinking about bringing people back through.
Yeah, so we shut down for 2 months, and it was super stressful. I was just like, what the hell, Like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? Like, I was in the middle of David Rosales' record.
Yeah.
I had
Shout out to David Rosales.
my boy. And so I think our last session was like the 17th or something like that. And then
Of March.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we closed down like the 20th or the 21st.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. Like, we were like, we wrapped up track and we had like one pickup day, and then we've been like off to mixing.
Yeah.
And I was like,
damn.
God damn it, how are we gonna do this? And how to get creative and
Right.
like I like brought over like portable recorders to people's houses and stuff to still get tracks and like
Yeah.
all this shit.
Right.
And
Making it work.
Coming
Doing
into
work.
the
Yeah.
process.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing you were doing some kind of just like sound recordings of samples. Of
Yeah.
certain random stuff. I remember seeing you posting something. It's like, oh, I finally get time to do this, and you were just sampling.
That's
a
cool.
bunch
Yeah.
of stuff,
That's
dude.
great. Yeah.
just doing weird shit like that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
trying to stay sane and but I was definitely losing my mind. And we were surprisingly enough, like a couple of our guys that are on monthly agreements to use the studio were like knocking down the door like with every update, like, we need to get back to work. And it was so hard to like essentially like prevent people from working, which is terrible, and
Yep.
and it's, I don't like being in that position, and it's hard, but like we were having conversations like, sorry guys, but nobody's music is worth more than somebody's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's just not.
and-
Yeah.
Even though sometimes we like to think otherwise, but
Right.
but yeah,
That's
it's just,
your ego talking.
yeah. but yeah, it was crazy, and so we shut down for about 2 months, and then we kind of got back to work late May. And it was kind of like a slower reopening, so we were just kind of like, talking to some friends that work with the city, and just trying to educate ourselves and like do
Yeah. Right.
what's best, and
Right.
should we be spacing out sessions and so on and so forth. And but we've more or less been like sort of back to normal.
Great.
Luckily,
Great.
I think a studio like lends itself to being pretty isolated in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yes.
So
Right.
yeah, it's been good. We got a shit ton of disinfectant that like literally says kills HIV on the back of it. It's like, I think this will work. Don't fucking drink it.
Don't inject it. Don't put it on your skin.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And so I got a bunch of good, respectful people.
Yeah.
Still working and
Cool.
yeah, it's been good to get back to normal.
No, that's good news because a lot of people were just like returning to work like in the last week or whatever.
I know.
And then they were like, no,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Actually,
Get out of here, you crazy kid.
Yeah. We were thinking we were going to be part of the shutdown, the rollback, but according to the literature that I saw, we're exempt. We're
Music studios are still
Allegedly.
alleged
Allegedly
music
you're
studio.
open.
Yeah.
Maps doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
What about so downtime on doing samples and ish, right? Getting drum samples.
I was doing like reamp stuff. I was like, doing a bunch of weird stuff, but
Yeah, so you own the place, so you've been there the whole time,
no,
right?
I actually
No?
I stayed away too. Like,
really?
Because it was one of those things to where like, if I'm telling other people that they can't work there,
You don't
I'm
feel
kind
good
of
about it?
I'm kind of a dick.
I get
you
it.
know?
Right.
And so I made that decision to not go that route and
Okay.
just like practice what I preach and
Yeah.
Sure.
I snuck like a few like pickup sessions in here or there. Like I went in and did like one of those music for mass videos and stuff like that. But the rest of it, I brought like my Princeton and a bunch of percussion and some mics home and rigged it up and was like reamping, like ripping solos. And
Hell yeah.
Neighbors were like, "Damn, you fucking ripping!" I was like, "I know,
Thanks, man.
I know."
In the shed.
See how I played that solo like 15 times in a row, like the same exact way.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do rip it.
The best is ripping octave vocal doubles in your parents' house is so fun. You want to talk about self-consciousness?
Yeah.
That's like fucking going for the emo screams while your parents and your neighbors can both hear you.
Yeah,
While your mom is cooking breakfast.
Screaming some really sad shit about fucking breakups or whatever. You ripped my heart out.
I'm flipping the omelet.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Well, what's else has been keeping you busy besides, getting back to the studio? That's taken up a bit of your time. But how have you been spending the lockdown, the quarantine? Did you vacation anywhere? Did you
no.
watch a shitload of movies? That's what I
When's
did.
the last time we saw this man?
I know, a
I
while.
know. I guess it has been a minute, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I saw you
February
at the little video shoot the other day.
That's
but,
right. Yep.
I got to catch him.
We had weather
gingerly.
conversation.
Yeah. But no. It's all kind of a blur. I was doing a lot of
It's definitely Groundhog Day.
Understatement
Yeah.
of the century.
yeah. But I was doing a lot of dog walks.
Cool.
Doing lots of yoga.
Yeah.
Getting in
I've
touch
actually
with
been
the inner
surfing
self.
a whole bunch, which has been great.
Okay.
Even though with like the beach criticisms, like I'm
Yeah,
out
sure.
the water, I'm paddling away from
Yeah,
you
yeah.
motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
sure, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But
You're like, I'm definitely 6 feet.
Yeah.
I'm
You
absolutely.
have to be more than 6 feet. Yeah.
but yeah, otherwise I've had a few like broadcast gigs. Like there's this church in Huntington Beach. It's like got some awesome people, and they like have a really kick-ass setup, and so they'll hire me to do audio to go there and do the broadcast for the church services and stuff. So that's been cool. And then I did like a couple like drive-through graduation things,
that's fun.
which was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I've worked for the school district for 10 years or so. So like, it was cool to see some like staff members and some students graduate that like,
Great.
I knew,
Yeah.
but it was just
Yeah.
it was such a trip to like see drive-through graduation stuff. It
Yeah.
was nuts,
Hey,
And
you got
gonna
to
be-
experience
That's
it.
going to
though.
be their memories.
I know.
Like, that's what happened to them.
We're starting a whole new generation of human with that
Yeah.
thing right there.
Yeah.
But it was funny because like, graduations are drawn out anyways.
Right. It's
But-
all pomp and it's literally pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, but this was an 8-hour get up,
Oh, no.
like,
Oh, cool.
I'm not kidding you.
No,
like,
that's awesome. 8 hours.
like 8 hours of pomp. Just so I just was starting
Applause breaks after every student.
Dude, I
and-
just started losing it, and then there would be a little break, and I would just switch up the music, and the whole
Yeah.
staff would be like, "Oh, thank you," like Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was cool to do that and kind of get a little bit. Yeah,
How
I think I'd play like jump around, like
There you go. Yeah, something up tempo. Yeah.
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 how
yeah,
exhausting
music,
for, how exhausting for a teacher to have to every single like student be like give them the same amount of like cheer and, like you did it, and then like you did it, and You did it, kid.
Yeah.
4 hours later.
Studio
Just
audiences, they
thumbs
like go after 6.
Yeah, right.
Right? What? How bad is that for a poor?
That's
fucking
great.
teacher?
Sorry, I'm rabbit holing already.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. So just last night, I heard some of the studio outtakes from Abbey Road.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that up until the end, they got complaints from neighbors. Like, they're recording I Want You, She's So Heavy, and they're getting neighbor complaints. I didn't know that was fucking true.
That's fun.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
They're the fucking...
Interesting.
Can you... Like, you hear John Lennon on a mic just being like, why is he here this time of night? Like, well, let's do one more loud. Let's do one more loud version.
Yeah.
And then we'll see where we're at. Like,
That's so interesting.
It blew my mind, man.
Yeah.
That shit came out last year. Yeah.
Wow.
It's on Spotify. Yeah. Here's my Spotify tip. Yeah.
Oh.
Spotify tip of the
2000
week.
Yeah, right. 2019 Abbey Road Deluxe Edition. It's got a lot of fun shit on there.
All right.
You'll learn. Like, only one of the treasures you will hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much
Yeah.
tape, just archival, just what.
They're
you don't
rolling
even
the
know.
whole
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, where does
That's-
all that
that's
shit
crazy.
go? Does someone really have that,
It's
or
in a
is that
vault
just thrown
somewhere.
away?
Probably. Isn't it in a vault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Didn't I see like Prince?
They're
is
still
coming out?
remastering it every
Prince
now and
coming
then.
out with like a Purple Rain thing, and
Yeah.
they're releasing like
The Prince Estate
57 tracks or something.
They got
They have
piles.
There's
hours.
57
They
tracks.
have weeks worth of audio from Prince and
Yeah.
anything that
I
he
heard
lived at his studio. So he's
Right.
like, I'm gonna wake up and write a few hundred songs, and then he
Yeah.
did, right? And so they
I
just
mean,
have
at
them
this
all.
point, I'm more interested in hearing the Prince vault than I am the Beatles vault.
Dude, right? He's
You know?
supposedly he recorded music videos to every
Thank you.
fucking song.
That's cool.
Yeah, like if he did a song, he would.
Following your lead, baby.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, we're good.
How do you want it next?
Say, following his lead, baby. Yeah. We got a train
I
going.
don't think I should slam through this.
Pussy.
Yeah.
All right, dude, I'm working on it. That was a big.
Wimp.
All right, big gulps. Big gulps.
What the fuck were we talking about?
You rabbit
Coronavirus?
hold us.
Yeah, I rabbit holed. What were we talking about right before Abbey Road?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, Abbey Road's a good album. The Beatles are a good band. You want to
Yeah.
start there? Fuck.
I got to play all of Abbey Road live in high school
Fun.
one time. Yeah,
That's
it was fun.
fantastic. On drums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool, man.
You got to be Ringo for a
Yeah.
day.
I mean,
Fuck.
sure as hell learned to appreciate, his playing and
So you now understand that Ringo.
I mean,
anyone who ever shits talks Ringo.
I know. It's like shut
Why?
I
up.
should
Yeah,
talk, Rigo.
Well, fuck this
do it.
man.
I always shit talk Ringo.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned this man is a drummer. He's
Yeah.
sitting on my throne. This is
Hell
how
yeah.
fucking intimate we are. Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
Go
I'm
down,
sitting on Patrick's
go
throne.
up.
Oh,
Just
you
gotta
are on
watch
the
the throne.
hydraulic one.
Watch the throne.
Who are your influences on drumming?
Yeah.
Ringo.
Okay. Would you say he's
Okay.
number one?
No.
Who's number one?
Ringo's never anyone's number one, except for
He's
Ringo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think Ringo's a big Ringo fan.
Yeah, I think
He knows he's Ringo. Yeah.
No, I mean, I grew up probably with Bonham and Keith Moon.
Yeah.
On my top.
Who wins in that debate? I have my answer.
If Keith Moon wasn't such a spaz,
Uh-huh.
he'd probably be there. But in terms of just like all around, just consistently
Mhm.
blowing my mind, Bonham is. I listened to Fool in the Rain today. I was just like,
Sweet.
oh man,
Yeah,
like,
right.
No matter how many times I've played this beat
Right.
and tried to dissect, I'm still just like,
Not as good as him. You're
It's
never
just-
going to be
it's
as good as
just-
him.
how he used the kick drum was
Yeah.
just like beyond.
No matter
drummers
how
for
many
me.
times you play Immigrant Song,
Yeah.
you're not going to get it the way he
I
did
know,
it.
and
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah,
one
he
of those.
felt rhythm a different way than
Yeah.
other drummers.
Yeah.
Keith Moon
That's
did
amazing.
too, but in the
Absolutely.
spaz way.
Yeah.
Keith Moon's my number one. The breakdown I have is that Keith is the better live drummer, Bonham's better on studio.
Correct.
Just easily. Yeah.
I mean, I think Keith had his drug alcohol cocktail worked out somewhere in there.
Yeah. Well, so did John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
John was mostly booze though.
Yeah. And he had piles of Rolls Royces.
Yeah, right.
That's
But,
hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, like, I don't know. I really like, honestly, like a modern drummer like Patrick Keeler from the Raconteurs.
Ah, okay.
He's
Need to listen
killer.
to more.
Yeah.
Listen to the drums more on the Rock on Tour stuff.
Yeah. into him.
Okay.
Who else have I been jamming to? I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, like, since I've been doing the studio thing and producing records and stuff,
Right.
like, I don't geek out on drumming or my drumming.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah,
as,
you're focusing on other shit.
as hard anymore.
Right.
I
I get
used
it.
to be a total nerd where, like,
Of course.
I
you
mean,
know.
No, you're
to be
priorities,
honest, like
priorities.
Keith Moon and John Bonham are great.
Yeah.
They're two
Totally
great ones.
subjective.
So like
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Oh,
that answer works for me.
Yeah.
you don't have
But-
to pull some
I
obscure
have a
thing.
follow-up
on your
question.
Yeah.
No.
What was your first instrument?
drums.
What made you want to get
We have
the
had
drums?
more drummers on this. I think all of our guests have been,
Brothers?
except for the brothers Darren,
Mm,
except for
He's a
Well,
drummer.
one of the brothers there.
He's a drummer, and we had that drummer. on.
Hollis, Shane, Patrick, all drummers.
All three drummers.
Yeah. Okay. Just
Okay.
fun. Yeah. Another
What
one.
was the reason? What made you want to pick drums? Like, was it like, did you see someone live? Did you hear a record?
Did your dad force you with the bass?
Well, I've done very minimal surface level research, but as far as I know, I'm the only musician in my family.
Cool.
So it
That's
wasn't.
awesome.
It
I
was
like this
yeah,
already.
No, this is fantastic.
it didn't really come from like that direction.
Right.
Honestly, it was one of my buddies, like in elementary school. His older brother was in drumline, and you know, like you have those older dudes that
Yeah.
are just like you think are cool as shit when
Yeah.
you're
Exactly.
when you're a
I
kid,
definitely
and
know a
Yeah,
bunch, I remember.
yeah, and he played like quads,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
go.
like in
Yeah.
drumline. I was like, damn, that is so sick. Like, and I grew up in like a music loving family for
Yeah.
sure. Like
they all appreciate
yeah,
it.
you know, and
Yeah.
my parents were all about KLOS and still are, and you know,
Hell
like,
yeah.
I mean, it's a
You know.
Local
it is
legends.
pretty great.
yeah,
Well,
and
so they raised you on rock and roll.
yeah, like straight up, like up and down. It would be one of those things where
Was-
like my dad has the Stones tattoo, and
There
my
it
mom's
is.
first concert was Van Halen.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good
And it's like-
shit. You were raised the right way.
Yeah, so and it was just like we'd play like music trivia, you know, in the car when we were kids, like,
That's great.
and you know, KLOS still plays the same shit,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
back to back, and it would just be like,
Panama was on my drive.
yeah,
Yeah. There you go.
who sings this? And then like, you know, when we were super little,
Right.
we'd either say the Stones or Van Halen, just guessing, you know.
Yeah.
But they actually, you know, we're trying to like educate us a little bit. And my dad's like, you know, just the classic, you know, dad who grew up in like the late 70s and stuff like that, and had all those records like coming out, you know, when
Yeah.
he was in the
Just
the
living
prime
in that
years,
time,
you know. But
Sabbath,
yeah,
Queen,
I know.
AC/DC, yeah, all of them. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that this dude who was my friend's older brother was super cool and played in drumline, and so I just told my parents when I was in like fourth grade, and was like, I want to play drums, and they're like, ooh, shit, and they're like, all right, if you get straight A's, we'll get you some drums. And I was like, all right, boom, straight A's. And I don't remember elementary school. Is it trimesters, semesters? I don't know, like what.
Depends on your school.
Yeah,
How often
yeah.
you get,
Yeah,
you know,
whatever
report
school you
cards.
went to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember like it was like not a really long amount of time for me to
What
like.
grade is this again? Sorry.
Like third grade,
Third,
like
okay. Yeah.
end of third grade, maybe
Yeah,
like
It's like
beginning of fourth
next week
grade.
you get your report cards. Like I
Yeah.
already was getting straight A's.
Yeah, and
grades don't even
If I raise
really
my
matter
hand
yet.
one
You're
more
still
time,
barely getting letter
I'm
grades.
gonna
I
get
know.
an A here.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, and I was just like, boom, straight A's, and my
Yeah.
parents were like, shit,
Yeah.
and so they go down to Mars Music at the Block. You remember that? Oh, you guys
No.
aren't from
No.
here.
Yeah, sorry.
They're not, and I am, and I don't. So
Yeah,
sorry.
so
Imports.
Yeah.
Mars Music, which
Uh-huh.
is now owned by Guitar Center, was at the Block,
course.
which is not called the Block anymore.
Garage center.
Yeah.
So you're basically Fullerton native, right?
No, I'm Costa Mesa.
Costa Mesa
Yeah.
native. Okay.
And anyways, yeah, they went.
My
and got,
apologies. Yeah.
How dare
How
you?
dare you, sir? Yeah,
they went and they're like, okay, we're gonna give him a drum set, and they're
Mhm.
like, oh shit, drums are that much, and you have to get the cymbals too. They're like, because they just had no clue.
Yeah.
So
Gotta
they,
get it all.
They
right.
basically get the smallest, cheapest snare drum, and they're like, we're gonna make them do band.
Okay.
And so you'll know these.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Yamaha Stage Custom like side snares?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
had the bracket because they used to have the racks and shit.
You mean like the twisty thing?
It was like a bracket so you can mount it. Next time you're at the studio, I'll show you.
Ooh.
But it was
On the
weird.
drum?
He's got it.
Yeah, it was like on the drum like
You
a tom.
still have it?
Yeah.
That sounds like some pork pie shit to me, though.
Yeah.
Like, Yamaha did those too?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it was like this. I think it's like a 10-inch.
Sorry, we're getting a drum talk.
Yeah, it's like a 10-inch snare drum.
Yeah.
And I was like pumped. I was like, woo! And I would sit there and
Hey,
like
you'll
set
take
up in the
anything.
hallway and
Yeah.
wake him up on Sunday morning and shit like that, and like, I had no idea
Yeah.
what I was doing. And then
What
like,
a fucking aggressive instrument to get your kid and then wake
Snare.
up to it.
Dude.
Hey, Mom, it's 7
yeah, and but yeah, so I was like in 4th grade when I joined the school band over at it was called Davis then. It's right across the street from the fairgrounds.
Shout out Davis.
Yeah, David.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called now. I think it's called something different. But
Shout out something different than Davis.
yeah, but
Funny
yeah, and I joined
band.
the band, and everybody shows up with like full size snare drums. I got this little tiny fucking snare drum, and the fucking teachers like give me a hard time, and I was like, man. And so I did like a trimester, or some maybe 2 of that.
Sure.
And I was like, this sucks. And I was like, I want a full kit. Like, I want to play rock music.
There you go.
Yeah.
My parents were like, all right, you gotta get straight A's. And I was just like, boom, straight A's. Where's my drum kit? They're like, shit.
Yeah.
So
Nailing it.
Not
Yeah.
again.
yeah, so we got a recommendation to go down to West Coast Drum Center, which isn't there anymore.
Okay, I don't even know that.
But you know where the Red Robin is off of Bristol?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
kind of tucked away deep into the netherworld of that shopping center.
Okay.
But it was
Is that
rad.
like near where? Sorry, I don't want to get too fucking
No, it's like-
California.
As soon as it
inside
turns
baseball.
into
Yeah.
office business complex,
Yeah,
it
right.
becomes this other thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
It was
could
like a
easily
movie
derail this
theater
conversation.
And some with that expensive ass steakhouse, right?
One of those Orange County places. Yeah.
Shopping center.
They can
area.
visit it, but they can't because he said it's not
Yeah.
there.
It's a historical
Right.
location now. Yeah.
But actually, I could be wrong, but there's a local drummer who is in All Right Spider. You know that band?
Nope.
No.
His name's
Shout out All
Darren,
Right Spider.
and I think he was one of the owners.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice.
So we were shooting the shit a few months ago at Wayfair, and we were kind of talking about that. But yeah, my parents got me my first kit there, and it was like this '90s Pearl Export, like as like Dave Grohl looking as you could get, you know. And I still have that. It's all spray
Great.
painted up, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then
How big is the kick on that?
it was like a 22.
Okay,
But
yeah.
like the full like '90s like
what color?
Pearl-
What color?
like turquoise or something. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Hot. Super hot.
But yeah, and
Sexy.
they like set me up,
Right,
and the whole second story of our childhood home was like one big room.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So they just threw me up there,
what?
and I had like nobody ever taught me. I said fuck off. I quit band, and so I just had the boombox and would put it up on like something like this high and just try to like
Yeah.
just try to figure it out,
right.
and
Right.
and I just was like self-taught.
That's
know?
so
No
great.
way.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
Fantastic.
like, yeah, that's the ultimate
Did you ever take lessons ever?
punk rock drummer move.
I took one like jazz kind of masterclass lesson when I was like 21,
Cool.
and that's about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
so, okay,
The
so
best
what
way.
age did you get the kit at?
When I was like, so that was like officially like 4th grade. So in my mind,
Fourth
I'm like,
grade.
I'm
Great.
like, okay, that's when I
Yeah,
started playing
yeah,
drums. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, that's your association.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4th grade, 22-inch kick.
yeah.
Just kind of
I mean, I was
getting the job done.
I was a tall kid even back then. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't
So
think about that. 4th grade with a full drum set.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude.
Usually you have like those.
I got my first
those
one
little
at 6,
toys.
so
Great. Yeah. it's
privilege
great.
corner.
Privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was kind of the gist of it. Yeah.
Did you then learn, like, as soon as you got, did you just go right into songs and just start learning songs from
Yeah.
people?
I mean,
Right.
I would fuck around. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
trying to do it, but I just got like, I don't know. I think it was probably like, you know, just listen to the radio.
There's
when I
no
was growing up, like-
YouTube tutorials on this at the
No.
time.
No.
There's
I think like, you know, grandparents stuff tried to get
What
me.
were
like
you? What were you playing along to? What were you playing along to? Was it like Dave
KLOS?
Grohl? Was it?
like AC/DC,
Okay.
which is like
Good.
I
That-
still think like a great like first step. You know,
That's kind of the best first step in a
I
lot
mean,
of
no
ways.
matter
Yeah.
what, you could like make
Yeah.
it feel.
He's
kinda
a
sorta
fucking
good.
metronome.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, just I think I did some Sabbath and
Cool.
like my mom.
Sabbath is tough.
Yeah.
Sabbath is some tricky shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
I mean,
mom
4th
was like,
grade. Everything's tough.
Good point. You're right. The world is pretty tough in 4th grade.
yeah, I don't know.
You're right,
I-
you're
I
right.
don't know what I
Fucking
was-
Yankee Doodle Dandy. It's still tough.
Very good point. Very good point.
But yeah, I just trying to figure it out, you know.
Did you
And,
start joining bands then? The typical teenage thing? Like right away?
So from like 4th grade, like I think like in 5th grade, I had a friend who like played bass, and so like we would sit there and like try to figure it out. But he didn't know how to like put
Oh yeah.
Like, you play notes, but you know what I mean? Like, put it together into a thing.
Yeah.
Chromatic is the scale.
And
Polytonal, man.
Polytonal.
Yeah. But yeah, we kind of did that thing for a second, and then it wasn't until we moved to Huntington Beach when I was like 12 that I actually met Jimmy. Wow. And
Look at that. There you go.
Yeah.
Say that. What grade again? Sorry, I missed the grade.
I met him probably when I was like 12 or 13.
Okay, so that's
Shout out
you
Jimmy.
said
Shout
7.
out Big Monsta.
Yeah.
Shout out Jimmy. We need to get him on here. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing
All right.
him in a few days. But
There you go.
You've been here since you were 12-ish?
Yeah.
You guys go
Dude,
that far fucking back.
incredible.
That's incredible.
I don't care. That's a podcast. I got to show you this
Yes,
photo, man.
yeah,
It's
send it to me.
hilarious.
Oh,
If
yeah.
there's
No.
permission, and we'll just
Yeah.
he'll put it on the
I
YouTube
will put
video
it on
as
the
well.
video. Text that
Oh,
picture to
man.
us.
If
Yes.
you're-
Hold on a sec.
All right, yeah.
Unless you're afraid that the powers that be are going to
Right,
face
unless
capture
we-
you, and then you'll be you'll be like a Russian hack for one of
So-
your relatives.
Unless you want all your
That's us at middle school Battle of the
This
Bands.
is great. Oh, this is great.
We're not seeing as an Instagram
We're-
photo. that
We're
gonna
popping
post
open the
up.
whole movie.
It'll be
Yeah,
over.
okay.
It'll be over our faces.
Okay, yeah.
for
So
those
I'll just
seconds.
remember it's on Big Monsta's page, and
Yeah,
then
and just
I'll
swoop
just
it.
yeah.
I love that.
It's good. We played. I don't know why
Beautiful.
this is a good idea. We played an original song. Oh, sorry, I'm like way from.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You played.
You-
an
yeah,
original-
You played an
Over here, Ken.
original song.
we played an original song that medleyed into the second half of Stairway.
Wait, say what was the first half?
An original song.
Oh,
with-
just an original.
with no vocals. No vocals.
But you just skipped all that beginning shit and just got into
and it was just
Yeah.
what's that kind of bridge part where the guitar part kind of kicks it off?
Yeah.
Yep. That's pretty much right where we started off.
Yeah.
Dude, this
And
is
I think
rad.
that was like 7th grade or
Oh,
something
that's
like that.
so
So
Yeah.
your
Fantastic.
original song was the original first part to Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
We
You just
wrote-
wrote it first.
yeah.
You wrote it first.
We wrote history.
Fuck, what's that band called again?
Spirit.
Spirit. There we go.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
Small
dude.
Faces, apparently.
Well, dude. Huntington Beach, 12 years old. Meet this guy. You're still technically playing in a band
Yeah,
together.
even to this day.
Yeah. We've
Were
been,
you-
been through a couple bands.
How many bands have you been in with Jimmy?
Probably 4?
Okay.
What are their
4 or
names?
5?
Yeah, can
Ooh,
you remember
shit.
all names?
So
That's fun.
that one,
No, that's a good game.
we didn't have a band name going into the Battle of the Bands.
Okay.
So, like, the super sweet, like, activities teacher just, like, put us in the program as the originals.
Ah!
And
we had to change it, and then
Yeah,
just-
the-
we had
back
to
to
be
the
the new
regulars.
originals.
So
Yeah.
we figured we became the Thamesmen at
So,
that point.
but then after that,
Sorry, we have to do the whole bit
Spinal
anytime
Tap,
we
yeah.
hear one.
after that, I think we were called Smokestack.
Hell yeah.
And then after that, we were very briefly in
Okay.
a band with actually Ian from Gardner's Logic and Gary from Gardner's Logic called the Counter Regiment. And that band actually did a few things. We actually played gigs
Okay.
and shit.
What was the style of
Regiment.
music on that?
It was like it was the precursors of Gardner's, but it was like we were like way more to like post rock and like shit like that. So we had some like ambient guitar stuff, but then it was still rock, you know. But then
Post rock. You talking Sonic Youth area? Are you talking Taking Back Sunday area? Because they're
no,
both.
like, we would like jam to like a lot of Sigur Rós and
Yeah, what-
Okay.
you know.
What year?
Oh,
we
Sigur Rós,
we
2
just
in a
talked about
row.
yeah, that
Come
is
back.
2 in a row.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
literally
yeah.
just talked about Sigur Rós.
But then we were like big. You guys ever heard of Me Without You?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're, like big into
yeah.
them. I wouldn't put them in post rock at all, but
Yeah,
yeah, and, you know, like Radiohead and all that
yeah.
kind of stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, that was a fun
Indie
project.
shit. Indie
Yeah,
is fuck shit. Yeah.
And,
Indie is a genre. I know it's not a genre. It's a genre.
Yeah.
Pop isn't a genre. Pop is a genre.
but Jimmy quit that band pretty quick because it was like a co-writing setup. Like I was adamant that like we all need to be like the co-writers of the songs and stuff, and he was like, "Fuck this, I'm not into this shit," and bounced like super quick, you know. But yeah, and then after that he started Big Monsta, and then
Sweet.
coerced me into playing in that band. So
How
What
old
year
is-
is what year is
yeah.
that?
the first Big Monsta record I think came out in 2013.
2013.
Okay. How
7 years back.
the record came out.
Yeah,
Meaning,
so I think he probably started writing Big Monsta songs in like 2009, 2010.
Mhm.
And then it wasn't until actually this kind of coincides with how I opened the studio. The year I opened the
There
studio,
you go.
I was
Makes
like
sense.
19. like I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was starting a business.
The
at
year
19.
you opened the studio, you were 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is great.
This is fantastic.
That's how we got our first like commercial space.
Mm-hmm.
And
Same location?
no, it was in North Huntington.
Ah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a whole nother long story, but but yeah, no, it was one of those things where Jimmy and I had like parted ways for a little while, and then ended up on a cover gig together. Like he was playing bass, and we were playing a bunch of Hendrix. And
Nice.
Mitch Mitchell's one of my dudes for sure.
Everyone always forgets about him, but then as soon as you say
Yeah.
that name, everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Yep,
Mitch squared.
fucking Mitch."
But yeah, it's just one of those things. When you play with somebody that you haven't played with in forever, but you just are so locked. You know what I mean? It's just like you got that vibe, and
Yeah, you speak the same language.
yeah.
Yep.
And so then he came over to like then my new studio, and we were just kind of like jamming and just hanging out late night. He's like, "Let me show you some demos." I was like, "Holy shit! Like,
There you go.
This is awesome."
Cool.
And it was just him and one of our other buddies, Zach, and we were in like Smokestack and those other bands together with Zach. And
Counter Regiment.
yeah, and Zach is a great guitar player, but he was on drums, and so they're kind of doing a little like duo thing. And I was like, dude, I have to help you record this stuff. And so I like set up like a good deal to try to like help him record it. Like I think I started doing like whole record for like $800 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like something like
I care more about this record than the money right now.
yeah. I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
I would tag him on at the end of sessions or
Right.
whatever. And so very quickly, he kicked Zach off drums, and he was like, "Mike, I just need you to play, on the record." And I had like no intention of joining the band because I was already in like two other bands.
Right.
Yeah.
And before I know it,
You're in the band.
here we are.
The rest is history. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've known Jimbo for forever.
That's fantastic.
He's my brother for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
But then you've also played in a shitload of bands. So like you said, oh yeah, no, I've been in, like 4 or 5.
But
You
that's
know.
only with Jimmy, you know.
Right.
Yeah. He's been in other bands.
Do you have a
since.
roundabout number on that? I mean,
Yeah, total.
Because there's one-offs, right? Like when you fill in for someone's gig or whatever.
Like I played like the Orange Blossom Special guys and stuff, and I love those dudes. And
Shout out Blossom Brothers.
Yeah,
Blossom the best.
Need to get them fucking on here.
yeah, they're hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Love those men.
But I don't know. As far as like projects, fuck.
Yeah.
So there's like the 5 with Jimmy. I've been in 2 with Ian, but one of those overlaps. So I don't know, probably like 10.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
Nice.
like as far as like I'm the dude.
And you have names for them and shit.
Yeah.
Not just like, oh, play these 3 shows with us.
Yeah.
Like I'm in there working.
On the Shapepitaki stuff, because Shane's a drummer as well. Are you playing on those? Is he not? Is he not a drummer?
I got a good story.
Okay.
He might have.
Oh, we're getting both sides of the debate now.
he might have told you this story.
No. Please, we'd love to hear all sides.
We had him on, so now
I don't
it's
even know what story we're about to tell. So yeah.
So, Shane is a drummer. Shane is a great drummer.
Yeah.
I actually met him.
That was a disclaimer.
I love this man.
Yeah.
Please don't get into it.
Anyways, we were playing a show at some like art warehouse shit down in downtown Santa Ana over by the Yost, and he was playing with shit. Why am I blanking on the name? A friend's like folk band, and Gardner's
He looks
Logic
like a folk band.
was playing, but he was playing drums, and he was doing like this rad like right hand shaker, like
Indie as fuck.
like stuff,
Yeah.
and I was just like, oh man, this guy's ripping.
Yeah.
And I was just about to graduate college, and then go on a 3-week backpacking trip through Europe, and then so this is like. I graduated. The next day, I hopped on a plane, got home. The following day, I started like a 3-month gig at SeaWorld doing sound.
Hell yeah.
Like right in the Blackfish era. It was pretty
Nice.
Right in the Blackfish era.
pretty poignant.
Fun time to be alive.
But anyway, so he hits me up like after the gig. He's like, "Hey man, like I really like your drumming." He's like, "I actually have my own project. It's kind of Foo Fighters-y." He's like, "Do you want to join the band?" I'm like, "God damn it, guys! Like I don't want to join any more bands." And I told him straight up, and I was just
drummers.
Like,
Yeah, drum hustle.
I gave him the full like, "Hey man, not looking to join any bands, but here's my rate."
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he like comes over to the house
Albert's
during
like, missed
my
opportunity.
Why didn't I get that gig?
during my graduation party. my like college graduation party,
Nice.
and he
Yeah.
comes over with his CD, and he's like, "Here you go," like and gives me the stuff, and I listened to it like the whole time I was in Europe, and I was just like, "This shit is rad," like because he recorded the first record with him on drums. And he was looking to like put together the band and like play shows for the record and so on and so forth. And
So Dave Grohl.
yeah, for sure. And it was just we just started playing, and I was like, I'll play a couple gigs here. And I was really like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you know.
Yeah.
But then he's just like, "You want to go surfing?" And he like just sweet talked me into this shit, and now can't even get him in the water anymore. And
Now he won't surf. Yeah.
Oh, they did it.
But yeah, and so I ended up joining the band, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
When is that?
so that was probably 2013-ish.
Okay.
13.
So that was kind of like, what the hell? God damn it! Like I'm.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 2014.
I swore I wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Was it the same year as Big Monsta?
That's the record coming out.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
the
that's
record.
when the
Yeah,
first
But
record.
anyways, so we start playing gigs, and you guys ever play the Copper Door?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got.
yeah.
I haven't.
He hasn't, but they
Yeah.
got insane drinks.
It was a moonshine bar when we
Moonshine
played
bar.
it.
Ooh.
Really?
They went
That's cool.
straight
Yeah.
moonshine in the place, just different flavors.
People got lit.
Could have been just that night. I don't know, but
Did
that's
they
when
get
we
away
played
with
it.
like a beer and wine liquor because of that?
I don't
or
know.
a
The
license?
whole menu that I saw was moonshine, and I was like, "This
Cool.
place is
Huh.
fucking rad."
It was just during
Is-
when like the
Yeah.
apple pie one was good and all that shit.
downtown Santa
Santa
Ana,
It's like-
underground, like
yeah.
under a restaurant bar nightclub
Super cool
thing.
vibe. I was
Super
just-
Where
cool.
is it? Sorry?
In downtown Santa Ana.
Santa Ana. Okay.
Arts
I-
District.
I just came up in another conversation this week, and we were talking about. I guess it's like a club now.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Well,
moved
not
away
anymore,
from
but-
bands and they went to DJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was talking to Chris Butcher from Kilo Bravo about that,
Yeah.
that spot. And
Shout out to Bravo.
yeah.
Shout out
And so anyways, we had a gig there, and we play the gig, and Shane's dad's name is Dan. I call him Daddy Dan.
Dan.
And,
Shout out to Dan. Yeah.
He is just like a hilarious, stereotypical like boomer. You know what I mean? Like, and it is
True boom.
He is
Yeah.
just so
He's
funny,
a cartoon character.
and, dude. Like so rude and like ridiculous.
So
And
Yeah.
so it was a kind of a mediocre turnout or whatever. But Daddy Dan's there to support his Shano.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, all right, yeah, the band's forming. The band's starting to get the stuff together. And after the gig, it was maybe like my second or third gig with the band. And I'm like rolling up to the bar to get a beer. And he comes, he's like, "Hey, man, I'm Dan." Like, maybe I'd met him before. I can't quite remember. But he was just like, "Can I buy you a beer? You did great." I was like, "Yeah, of course. Like, thanks, man. Appreciate it." And so like, we get a beer, and he, grabs me by the shoulder. He's like, "You know what, man?" He's like, "You're doing a really good job." He's like, "If you just try a little bit harder, you're gonna be almost as good as Shane."
What the fuck?
And I was just like, "Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
thanks, man. I'll try a little harder."
Dude, Daddy Dan for the win.
Daddy Dan telling the truth. He's telling the truth.
And so like still to
You
this
know he
day,
meant
like,
it.
I'll see him and I'll be like, "Hey, man, am I there yet?"
Oh,
it's
fantastic.
So funny.
That's
man.
One day,
Yeah,
Mike.
I know.
That's a
It's-
legendary
one day.
dad thing to
I
say.
know.
Like
Oh,
extra
fantastic.
dad
Yeah, you got
points.
adopted. You got
Yeah,
adopted.
You're almost as good as my son.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Well, coming back to this, speaking of daddy, when are you due
yeah.
again?
We teased that.
Amy's due January 6th.
January 6th.
Yeah.
So just after the New Year, baby. Good. Coming into 21.
Hence,
Yeah,
hence
yeah,
my
yeah.
reluctant
Gonna
mask
stage the
wearing
whole
with you
house
guys.
and-
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
No, good call.
Yeah.
Hey,
Please.
yes.
We are
Actually,
in full support.
tell us that there's offense, and we'll be like, all right, well,
yeah. If you're offended that
That's-
we're not wearing masks,
that's
Not at
that's-
all.
I have them
Not
in my
at
car.
all.
I guess
will
it's
run and
on
grab
you.
them.
We didn't
Yeah.
take it that
Yeah.
way.
Not
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all. Not
No,
at
but that
all.
makes perfect sense. So she is you've just recently found out all the, like, you just
Yeah.
got your sonogram and you just got,
Yeah, it's 100% quarantine Coronial Baby.
Coronial. I like that
Yeah.
they already have a name for it, at least.
So, we were. That's actually another funny story.
Okay.
the moment.
yeah. Are we talking conception here? Where
No, just how we found out.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you want to go down that.
Of
rabbit
course
hole.
we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any other drink?
No. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've kept you talking this whole time. I will tell the people that this episode is brought to us by Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
It's a
yeah. Commercial break. Take a drink.
It's a Kentucky bourbon. It's 100 proof. But
Yeah,
it's like
This is the small batch too.
It's
yeah,
very tasty.
Are there
It's a
bitters in this
fiery bitch.
there's the 100 proof is the small, and there's like a rye that's not the proof. Anyway, Knob
tasty.
Creek, Woodford.
Haven't
those are
even been noticed
in
I've been
like
drinking it.
in the readily available bourbons. There's always the makers. That's the go-to.
Right.
And there's Beam. If you want to do that tonight.
If you think
You
less
know,
of this,
and
night.
there's-
saucy.
But Knob always does a good job with a high proof
Knob
too.
does a
It's
good
just-
job.
It's just straight down the middle.
Wild Turkey 101 does not do the job that Knob Creek does.
Knob Creek does
I
it
agree.
better. Yeah.
And there's only a couple bucks difference, so I would always recommend it. And then we've done bitters in this. The second round is a little bit of orange bitters.
Mm?
Couldn't tell.
That's good.
Yeah,
First
it
one was
smells like
you
caramel.
can't really tell, right? Yeah.
It's good.
That's all I smell.
I
I mean, if you
not
want to
tell.
go straight, and then we can talk about the
No.
tasting notes
No,
later.
No.
We can talk
I'm
about
good.
the caramelization of the liquid as it burns.
Right.
your
We're talking
throat
about
on
his
the
fucking
way down.
baby.
I wanted to give him a chance to drink.
Did you drink?
So
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have another one. I'll have another sip.
this
All
may
right.
be our second round of bourbon.
Yeah.
We did tequila straight a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
we
my God.
did
We had
Casamigos.
the
That's-
George
The
Clooney.
I've
Reposado
actually
is so fucking good.
Done
Like,
gigs for them. And
Yay!
they have
Oh.
excellent tequila.
Yeah.
Really good
Yeah.
mezcal
Yeah, yeah.
too.
The
Yeah.
mezcal.
dude,
Yeah.
it just is so smooth. It makes you
get
like go
down
like,
some
whoa!
mezcal
I
as
have a new
well.
appreciation for tequila. I'm
You're
used
like,
to
oh.
only like the.
I want a little Clooney up in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always need some Clooney's.
Dude.
Yeah.
Except for when it comes
So
to
good.
Batman. You want Clooney as far
Was
out
he
of the
the nipple
picture.
Batman?
Wait, which Clooney is best Clooney?
he's
I
the
like the nipple
Batman. You
Batman.
like the nipple
I mean, you want me
Yeah,
to
it's
derail
cool.
this conversation?
What Clooney's the best Clooney?
Yeah.
ER Clooney.
Oh God, is that true?
Ooh, no.
Oh,
I
ER
think,
Clooney?
what's
Ocean's
the
Eleven?
Ocean's
Yeah,
11
I
is-
think. Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
that's
just-
three. You're three, dude. You got outvoted, man.
That's just classic.
That's prime Clooney.
I went
That's
heartthrob,
peak.
but I went heartthrob Clooney.
That's
Yeah.
breakout Clooney.
Origin Clooney.
Yeah, that's origin story.
Origin Clooney.
That's Clooney episode 1.
Baby fat Clooney.
Teenage Clooney.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So speaking
Uh,
of George Clooney, January 6th is the due
Clooney
date. How
is
did you
due,
find
yeah.
out? Yeah.
George Clooney Jr.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Sarah, Shane's girlfriend, wants me to tell this story, but I'm going to tell it.
Yeah.
This is
Exclusive.
This is two stories that Shane may not have wanted you to tell.
So,
During after hours.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
obviously Shane and Sarah are like, family to us. Like we're super close friends. And so this was in May.
It seems like forever, but that's like about 6 weeks
Right?
ago.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Just only May? Yeah.
But anyway, so Amy and I are on our way to the store. We've been going to Grocery Outlet off of
Bargain Market.
Newport
It's
and,
not
and
bad.
Harbor
Really good.
19th or wherever
Fuck
it is.
yeah, the square, dude. Yeah.
Dude, it's just
I
like
love
killer.
Bergen.
That's where I buy my
Bergen.
boxes of Kind bars.
Yeah. And so we're on our way over there, and we get a phone call in the car. We all got Bluetooth now and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
we're like on this phone call together, and Sarah calls Amy like freaking out. She's like, "Oh my God, I think I'm having a pregnancy scare." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, Shane, like, get it, my boy."
Yeah.
And,
Get it done, son.
Learn something about Shane today. All right.
and I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, cool, yeah, whatever. And
Yeah.
so the girls are talking, and I'm
Yeah.
just driving over to the grocery outlet.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my god, Amy, I ordered tests, but they're not gonna come and in time, and I need you to know now. Can you go get me a pregnancy test? And Amy was like trying to be a good friend. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no
Yeah.
worries.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Right.
And so we pulled the grocery outlet, and Amy forgot her mask. I was like, sorry, babe,
Yep.
I can't come in.
Yeah.
And I was like, send me the list.
Yeah.
So
Send me the list.
I'm in there, like,
Yeah.
like us dudes trying to knock it out. I don't know
Yep.
about you guys, but I can't.
No, you get
Yeah.
a list.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Especially
And-
when it's something this important too. Yeah.
What the fuck is the cantaloupe? The cantaloupe's usually right here.
Yeah.
Well, it's also
Checking
you-
expiration
you
dates
map
on the milk.
out the
Yeah.
Ooh, what
entire
is this
store
in?
in your head.
But as you might know, grocery outlet's kind of a wild card.
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes. You don't know what
Things
you're
are
gonna
here
get. Yeah. So I'm like going through and blah, 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 and she's like, "Don't forget the pregnancy test." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Yep.
And like,
You get distracted.
I hop over to that
Yeah.
aisle and I'm looking and I'm just like, $1.50? Damn, grocery outlet has the hookup. Like,
Yeah.
So I grabbed, it was the only test they had, a
Yeah.
$1.50 test. It
Okay.
looked like it was printed in like 1987. You know what I
Sweet.
mean?
I've been at
Sweet.
that aisle.
Yeah.
They got some
Expired
sketchy
pregnancy
vitamins.
It's
too.
bargain. You're at the bargain market.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I'm all proud of myself. I go to the lady and we're talking about the rosé I'm getting and stuff, and it's like rosé pregnancy test. I'm like, this looks like comedy on a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And so I get out. I'm all like, whoop, 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 got one, babe. Boom. She looks at it, and I was like, it was $1.50. She's like, oh fuck, I can't make Sarah take this. And at that point, Sarah was like already on her way to the house,
Yeah.
And I had a meeting with my business partner, and we were trying to figure out, COVID moves and like just stress now,
Figure
losing our
some
minds.
shit out.
And so Amy's just like, I can't let her take this. And so when we got home, she's like, I'm gonna go get a real one, like a $10 one or something like that.
Yeah.
And she called Sarah. She's like, hey, and Sarah's freaking out, stressed out. And Amy's just like, you know what? Like, I'll take one with you. I'll take the $1.50 one. Like, we do this together. Girls do that shit together.
Hey,
and
makes a whole lot of sense. Might
Solidarity.
As well. Solidarity.
Yeah, so
help a brother out, help a sister out. In this case.
Yeah, but our second bedroom that's kind of converted my little office situation.
Hell yeah.
Like is like parallel to the bathroom, And so Sarah comes over and they're like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I gotta like close the door while I'm on this FaceTime meeting.
And that's not what you heard as a man. That's actually what they said.
And like all I hear is like panicked stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I mean, Amy doesn't believe me, but I had a feeling that Amy might have been pregnant. She was like slightly late, and like it was one of those things where I was just like, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if this like goes that way.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is when things start realizing. Yeah.
So I was like on my meeting, and I just didn't even bother my business partner with what was going on, and then I hear like, oh my god, Amy, stand in front of the fan. It's okay, just sit down. And I was just like, oh Jesus. And I'm like closing the door like a little bit fully, like, okay, I gotta wrap up this meeting. So I wrap it up in like 5 minutes, and I roll out to the like front door, and I shit you not, it was like an old Western, like when the doors are like still swinging.
Yeah.
Like gone.
Yeah.
Dogs are like, and like the car's gone. I'm like, where'd they go?
Yeah.
And so my cousin lives next door to us.
Okay.
And I roll over. I'm like, hey, do you know where Amy went?
Yeah.
I don't know. She came over and asked for a cup for some reason, and So I call Amy, and she's just like, oh my god, it came back positive, and I'm freaking out. I was like, why are you freaking out? This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked.
Cool.
And she's just like, we're going back to get 3 more tests, and she got like the happy face one, they got the yes, no, like the whole 9. And then the whole time, like, Sarah...
Sweet! Sarah was not... Go. Yeah. I'll drive.
Yeah. Sarah was not pregnant, and that's how we found out that Amy was pregnant.
So great.
She was just trying to be a good friend,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
the old
great.
switcheroo.
So funny, man. It was too good. And the $1.50
3 more
grocery outlet test.
You know what that tells me? $1.50 well
Dude.
spent.
$1.50 well spent.
Reliable.
Or reliable.
That's so fucking good.
I know. It's too funny.
Or reliable. Hey.
Dude,
If it works, it works, I
fantastic.
guess.
what a pleasant surprise.
Well, that's
Congrats
awesome, man.
again.
That's so
Yeah.
great.
The
Thanks.
universe blesses that moment. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, it's,
Cool,
it's
man.
crazy, man. Because like I like with COVID and like I haven't been able to go to any of the appointments, like nothing. It's a trip to like
Oh yeah, you're kind of missing out on some shit.
Gosh.
Yeah, but it's like it's also
Covennial.
like, dude, this is some like gnarly times to have a
Oh,
kid,
yeah.
and like, but
Yeah.
when this is all
Dude,
Said
this is,
and
when,
done
this is when living in the moment becomes more and more and more important.
yeah,
You know?
it's pretty wild,
No, dude, you're just
But,
you just
yeah.
taking it as it goes.
yeah.
Like there's nothing else you can do. You can piss and moan,
Yeah.
but you're just gonna get yourself in a bad mood
Yeah.
while being in a bad mood.
No, it's been good, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
as long as your kid's fucking healthy, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
As,
You're gonna see the pictures.
Has the lady changed behaviors in any way just yet? Is there cravings happening? Is there...
No, she's been pretty normal, man.
Yeah.
Just like, having a hard time sleeping, or maybe she's too tired, or just like normal.
Yep.
Like someone growing a kid in them.
Yeah,
That's
but
just
no,
normal stress.
Yeah, like-
yeah.
no morning sickness, which is good.
Cool.
Like,
Okay.
her appetite's
That's
been
yet-
a little funky. Like, I'm like, hey, what do you want for dinner? She's like, I have no clue until I know what I want. Like she texted me, she dropped me off. She got in that car accident, but
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, I need to get halal guys. I was like, cool, grab me one. Like, 'cause she's just like, I need halal guys kind of a thing. But nothing too like out there. It's like a lot of fruit and
Okay.
I'm waiting for like the chocolate cake with mustard or some shit.
It's,
but
right?
Yeah.
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 I'm sure it'll come.
Caramel ice cream with sauerkraut. Just something weird. Some weird as shit.
I want
But-
pretzels and blue cheese. Pretzels and blue cheese. Yeah,
Actually
right.
sounds not too bad.
No, I heard
It doesn't sound too bad, but it's definitely not something that you just be like, yeah, that's what I
pickles
want.
become a thing. Like all pregnant ladies, well, most pregnant ladies, they want like the vinegary.
Yeah,
pickle.
she hasn't gone down that route yet.
Yeah.
I'm
there's
sure when
things-
it goes full blown, we'll have some new ones.
Yeah.
Some new good
He's like
stuff.
peanut
Yeah,
butter.
this is just, that's what I'm saying, living in the moment. You just follow
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
You
Ezekiel
just-
bread, crunchy peanut butter,
yeah.
and sauerkraut and pickles.
Like all the Rice Krispie treats at the gas station bar house, gone. They're gone. We don't know when they were restocked again. I'm going to the other gas station now.
Did you guys ever talk about possible names, one way or the other? Are you keeping it open?
She's got the whole list.
Ah.
You know, she's got.
Are
the
you
whole deal.
revealing gender?
Right now so we're like going to Hogue. That's like our doctor, and
Do you know is my question.
so the last appointment, they're doing the whole boop 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 boop,
Yeah.
and
That is the technical term.
The do-do-do.
You took me there. Yeah.
And the nurse was like, she's like, I'm pretty good at guessing.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to know what I think right now? And
Right,
he's
right.
like, sure. And
Yeah.
so she thinks it's a girl.
Okay.
But we won't know, for sure until like the next couple of
What
appointments.
do you
Okay.
want?
We've always talked about having 3 boys.
Whoa.
But
3
I mean,
boys.
dude, stoked regardless.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we've-
Right.
I've always
Fantasy,
wanted
you-
kids. So.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
on record. Shout out your daughter.
This is where the daddy issues start.
Watch. And then come in like 2 months, he's like, we're having triplets.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah. Triplet boys.
Triplet
Yeah, yeah.
boys.
That'd be so gnarly.
My life just
Yeah, yeah.
turned upside down.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Some people prefer. They're like, no, I'd rather get it all done in one shot.
I'd be
Yeah.
down,
I'm
Open to does it? Any of your family members run in?
Her side's got some twins.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know.
Putting it
I don't know
out
if we're
there.
like past that point. I'm assuming we're
Oh, you
past the
would
point
know.
where we
Oh,
probably
yeah,
would
yeah.
know. But we were joking the other day, like maybe it's like hiding or hasn't grown out of the other one yet or something.
Right.
They're just laying perfectly parallel
Yeah.
to the picture.
Yeah.
What does
But,
it look 3D when I get a weird angle?
Yeah, I'm stoked, man. It's
Dude, that's
gonna be fun.
Hell yeah.
But
When did you tell? I mean, you're telling us, so all the parents must know.
yeah. No, we
Yeah.
did the Facebook.
Put it on Facebook.
Instagram.
We
That's
knew
awesome.
already.
That's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
I
we
knew.
knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
The world knows. Yeah.
Did you put together an event for them? Did you tell them over the phone? Get them in person?
So Amy's birthday was like late May.
Hell yeah.
And so we kind of had an excuse to and we told our parents early because it's just like, I don't know, we just kind of adopted that we'd rather have support if anything did happen than be in it
Yeah.
alone kind of a thing.
Right.
Like, so,
Yeah. Why hide it?
And it's joyous as fuck. You know your parents are gonna
Yeah, yeah.
Do you not trust your parents that much? It's
Yeah,
like,
I know. And
right.
it's just like,
No.
yeah. You're right,
luckily,
yeah.
like our parents, get along great. Like we're all family already,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
it's all good there.
Yeah.
And so we invited them over for like a backyard birthday hang, and we
Yeah.
told them like, hey, we want you to come early, so we're going to stagger some friends that are going to come by to stay like COVID safe.
Right.
And so in reality, we just invited them early so we could tell them about the baby. So her
Right.
whole
Hell
birthday
yeah.
party ended up, turning into like the reveal for some close family and friends.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, we just like wrote little cards, and Amy's like, I know it's my birthday. We have a gift for you, and like, so they all open the cards together, and it's like, you're me, grandparent, and yeah,
Dude,
so
Great.
probably
Yeah.
mega emotional.
Oh yeah, they were so pumped.
Just
Yeah.
an instant, just
Yeah.
tears
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Just a river.
Oh God.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, but in all seriousness, it's been like a big like positive
Of
thing for the
course.
family
Oh,
through
hey,
all this
morale
stuff.
booster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Morale
there's, like,
booster,
there's a
yeah.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
Even if there isn't,
Yeah.
they at least
Right.
have something else to not just
Yeah.
be thinking about COVID ruining
Yeah.
everyone's
Right.
lives.
And so everybody's been really supportive and stoked, and we're already
Dude,
getting
that's awesome.
That's so
gifts
cool.
and
Your announcement, by the way, was so fucking good. Just the dogs
Yeah.
are going to
Yeah.
become older brothers. Like,
yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was
Yeah.
trying to think
Yeah.
of what it was.
the dogs. Yeah.
yeah. Luckily,
No, you
I,
planned it well and
Yeah.
executed well. Yeah.
luckily I was at work when she spent like 3 hours trying to get that photo.
The photo is so fucking
Yeah.
good though.
And I'm like,
she got the shot.
how many treats
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you give him? Like the whole thing, the whole
Yeah,
cookie
yeah.
jar is like toast. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like,
But she got the shot.
She
though.
got a great photo. And, yeah, we're
Worth the
excited.
moment. Yeah.
You could buy more treats, Mike.
We're only announcing once.
Yeah, but yeah, we're stoked, man. It's gonna be a good adventure.
That is terribly exciting. I'm so excited. I mean, well, I'm glad it's being born in 2021. So you
I
can be
know.
like,
That's
yeah,
kinda
we're starting
cool.
off.
Part of me is
thing.
hoping for like an early to get the tax break. We'll see. But
Post election.
Yeah.
Post election.
yeah.
No, you're gonna want
Let's.
that tax
We don't
break,
have to go
too.
there if we don't want to. But
Oh.
post-election.
All right. Well, what's
We
the
can avoid that
over/under?
topic.
All three of us, I think the over/under is he gets reelected.
Yeah, Trump wins again. I don't feel.
I'm holding out hope.
I would love Biden to win.
Yeah.
I'm
I
a
don't
Bernie
know if
guy.
I love it, but
I'm just
yeah.
emotionally prepared.
We're coastal elite, bohemian
Right.
artists.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
you know,
4
Yeah.
years ago on election day, we all were together.
Yeah.
We were together, right? And
Yeah.
we were like, we're just waiting, and we're watching the polls, practicing.
Yeah.
And
We did
I
the
knew-
REM cover.
I knew it was happening, but we were so sad that day.
I know.
It just was
Yeah.
like,
We did-
oh, it happened.
Yeah.
Trump is the
we're all
president.
fingers crossed, right? Like,
Yeah,
like we hope he loses. That's
Yeah,
just,
but this time I got to
I'm the
make
other
sure
way
that
around.
I'm padded.
I'm just
before it
emotionally
happens.
prepared for the inevitable.
Yeah. Now
I'm still
kinda
holding
numb.
out hope.
what's
Kinda
your
numb.
over/under? What do you think?
I don't know, man. It's a tough one. 'cause
You
I-
seem to be an optimist.
Yeah, I'm an optimist, but I grew up in a full house
You grew
household
up here.
of
We-
Republicans.
We
yeah, you know what I
definitely
mean?
grew up
Like,
here. You guys
Yeah.
definitely grew up in Michigan.
Yeah,
That's
and
where
it's one of those things where it's like,
Hey,
hard to
it's
even
the
talk-
same opinion.
Yeah,
It's the same opinion.
it's hard to even talk like politics, with
Right.
the family
Yeah.
and stuff. Nobody's
Yeah.
nobody's disrespectful or rude or anything.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of like, hey, like we see things differently.
Yeah.
And but yeah, man. I mean, it's also really hard for me as a human being to like watch Biden's speeches. I'm like, oh my god, like
This is what they gave us.
This
This is what they gave us.
I know. So
The
it's one of
company
those-
guy who is expired. He's
Yeah.
He's expired.
Dude,
He's
He's
expired.
And he's
His
talking
best
about
years are
kids.
behind
He's going to the
him.
pool with the kids, and sit on their lap, and his hair goes up, and they push his hair down.
It's very-
what does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
That means we haven't swung far back enough the other direction yet.
Dude,
Like
Yeah.
I feel like there's something we don't know about with that whole move.
Both heads of the
With
snake.
the Biden move?
Yeah.
Both heads of the snake lead to the same body. Like
Yeah.
they're just putting up people.
Epstein
Dude, the Biden,
did not
the Biden move.
kill himself.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Biden has a bomb in his head, and as soon as the vote goes off, November 4th, November 5th, he's dead.
I know.
And
I
then
feel like
whoever
it's
the
one of
vice
those
president-
things where it's like, it's some weird lateral move where they're gonna like, I don't know.
Right? I don't know.
Blame
Why have
mental
they-
illness and say
Why
he has to
have they
step down or
not picked a
something.
VP yet? Does anyone?
Oh, they got to drop that card as close to election
'Cause
day as
it's
possible.
Kanye
No. It's a move.
It's Kanye. Kanye dropped. Kanye dropped. Kanye's out.
Biden
Oh, he did?
He Would you
He's
vote
out.
Biden West?
I don't think he. I think he
Kanye's
was
out.
He missed
late
the
for
deadline.
sign up. Yeah, the
Yeah,
deadline.
he missed the
couldn't
deadline.
Get on
Yeah.
the,
I thought Oprah was gonna run this year,
How about The Rock?
dude. Actually,
Everyone
back to
should
tequila. His tequila is pretty.
I didn't know
The
The
Rock?
Rock had tequila.
Yes,
What's it called?
tequila?
What's the brand name?
Is it called The Rock?
Starts with the T. I don't know.
okay.
But yeah, it was
The
actually
Rock.
Yeah. The Rock's tequila.
Jimmy got that bottle for Amy for her birthday.
Okay.
She's not drinking, so
Yeah.
I drank it.
Happy birthday.
Terramana.
Yeah,
What?
Terramana.
Terramana.
it's
It
good.
looks, dude. I mean, it's also around $40. That's a good
And that's
bottle.
the rocks.
It's good, dude.
Gotta get in.
It's solid.
Cool.
Gotta
That's
get in.
beside-
And it's like
of
the
a-
only bottle of booze that I've ever seen that shows like the carbs and the calorie content and all that kind of stuff. I'm like,
Health conscious.
There he
tequila.
is. There he is,
Marketing it
Mr.
like a sports.
Mr.
drink.
Johnson himself. Johnson's
Fantastic.
tequila.
yeah.
I believe
I'm
it.
in.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Is that the thing? Well,
Old Dwayne.
Ryan Reynolds has a gin.
He does have a gin.
He does.
You didn't know that? Oh yeah.
Aviation. Aviation.
Aviation gin. That they got the.
Haven't had it yet.
You know about the story about the commercial for that ad?
I guess not.
Oh God, Oh God, why do I always rabbit hole this way?
I don't know.
Okay, so remember those
Again with
Peloton
the
ads?
gin,
Do you
Amy.
remember the Peloton
I have a
ads?
Peloton coming next week.
There you
Oh,
go. You
shit,
remember the
girl.
lady in those ads?
Yes.
Do you remember the so-called scandal about those ads?
No.
No.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So there
Oh,
was,
because a husband
yeah.
buys it for
Buys
a
it
wife
for
and
her
says,
and
get
yeah,
on,
yeah, it's
get on
oppression.
the goddamn
Yeah,
bike.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
right.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
Here's a
Well.
$3,000 bike.
I bought it for Amy for her birthday.
Yay!
This
It's
baby
not a
needs to be
scandal.
fit.
It's a total non-issue, right?
it's a left-wing conspiracy.
It is a
what
left-wing
All right,
conspiracy,
all right.
and
It looks badass.
yeah. Anyway,
Come on.
All the subscription shit.
that
you
lady
can do, it
is
looks
in
sick
Ryan
as fuck.
Reynolds' gin ad. It's a sequel to that ad. She's drinking because her.
Oh, so they played off of that. on the
They
They
back
made
of
a
Peloton.
sequel to that ad.
What
Wow.
a wild.
Good old Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
everybody.
Guess I haven't
Reynolds
seen
He
it.
knows showbiz.
He knows showbiz.
He does know show.
I love Ryan Reynolds.
Me too.
I know he's
It's still
Canadian,
funny.
but he's a national treasure.
Fuck, he's Canadian?
He's Canadian.
I didn't know he was Canadian.
Van
Yep.
City Reynolds.
Mind also exploded.
Van City. Yep.
Jeez.
We claimed him. We stole him from Canada.
He doesn't accept the claim. He's
No, he's
Canadian
very
through
Canadian.
and through.
Yeah, he's very Canadian.
Yeah. But is his wife Canadian?
I don't know. Who's his wife?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
Definitely Canadian.
Dead.
I think he's a dead Canadian.
Yeah, he's
I think she's a dead Canadian.
Yeah, she's a dead Canadian.
That's my new band, the Dead Canadians.
The Dead Canadians.
man.
We do like Billy Talent versions of Dead Kennedys songs.
That's great.
yeah.
Nice.
I mean,
There you go. There you
I'm
go.
in.
You already got a drummer.
I mean, Billy Talent already sort of sounds like they have Dead Kennedys like influences.
Yeah.
If you
oh yeah.
I mean,
the voice.
fucking the vocals alone. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've listened to the Dead Kennedys before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
those albums still like randomly pop up in my like circle of friends where I just in the background. I'm like, is that Billy? That fucking Billy Talent album is so fucking good.
Yeah. The first three are so fucking
I
good.
think I only know the first two. I don't know if
Yeah.
I got into the third one. Sorry.
Third
What
one's
has
good.
everyone been listening to lately?
That's a very loaded
Ooh.
question. Let's start with you. You're the guest. Yeah.
Do you guys know Wyatt Fulmer, singer for Thundergut?
I
know Thundergut, but I don't know the
Thundergut.
guy.
I don't know the dude.
Okay. Well, anyways, Wyatt. He's a friend of mine.
What's up?
Shout out Wyatt.
Shout out Wyatt.
He cruised over some backyard beers the other day, and he turned me on to this record that Iron and Wine did with the singer from Band of Horses.
Whoa.
Sweet.
It was
Cool.
kind of like a mellower
Yeah.
indie folk record, and I listened to it today, and it's super good.
Cool.
I haven't listened to
horse
that
wine,
sort of
band
music.
of Iron Horse Wine.
Band of Wine.
Whatever it is,
Band of Wine.
or Ben
Team Rhythm.
Burtwell, or I don't know what his name
All
is.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. But
Ben
yeah,
No, Ben Burtwell. That sounds correct.
is that right? Yeah.
What?
Someone will fact check us.
What? Are you
Hope not.
From Band of Horses.
I don't know his name.
I don't know his
Yeah.
name either.
You know his
Anyway,
voice.
it's gorgeous
I
music.
do know his voice.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you guys should check it out.
What's
It's good.
What is it
Came
called?
out this year.
It's called "Sing Into My Mouth," which is a very strange record title. I
Kind of
feel
like it.
I feel like you could just spin that into something very
Pretty
perverted.
visual.
Yeah.
Y'all sing this dick.
But other than that, I've
I want to look at
listened
that.
to a lot of
for
like
sure.
'90s music lately. Honestly,
Cool.
Like,
90s kick.
yeah.
You
All right.
rediscovered anything that you loved and is better now?
This morning, what's
better
that song that that one hit that Alive has?
Ooh.
Live.
Live.
Bread. What's that? Bread
There's
song?
lightning
I don't
crashes.
mind
Live,
you.
Alive, whatever. Live is live,
Oh,
right?
Lightning
That's
crashes.
Gary Sharon.
Oh,
right?
lightning
yeah.
crashes.
Who's the singer in that band?
What? Gary Sharon?
Yes.
What?
Was I right? Is that
Gary
the singer?
Sharon's from Extreme, and then
Extreme,
also
my
Van
bad.
Halen for a
I
second.
know. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
For one record
I
that
guess
they buried.
wrong. Yeah.
If you look up the video, you're just going to find imagery, but no
Van
audio.
Sharon.
They ripped it. They
Craig, why
took
do
it
you-
away.
Why do you know that?
Because it was a hilarious
it's-
time in
oh.
between when they had to do contracts between Hagar and Roth to do reunion tours. They said, fuck them both. And they got Gary Sharon from Extreme because he wasn't doing anything. They did an entire record, and you kind of can't find it anymore.
They
Sweet.
did a
Just
Because
record.
the state
Just like Garth
tried
Brooks,
to pull it down everywhere they could.
Alter-
You can find
Alter-
videos on YouTube.
Yeah,
though.
like the
Randy Johnson.
the Randy Johnson.
Randy
When
Johnson.
Garth
Randy
Brooks was a
Jackson.
pitcher
Yep.
When Garth Brooks was a pitcher.
Yeah.
and a
Threw
bass
100
player
miles
in
an
Journey.
hour.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, live,
And Gene
live.
Autry.
The big hit, "I Alone," "Lightning Crashes,"
I think it was
"Dolphins
Lightning Crashes.
Cry."
I don't know. I was listening. I was just like, oh,
Good tune.
forgot about this.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
or like,
his voice is like gnarly.
yeah, or like Black
unique
Crowes
as
have been
fuck.
popping up a lot on my
Oh,
Spotify
yeah.
jams, you know, and I'm just like, what?
Dude,
like,
Black
I just
Crowes
totally
are my
forgot.
jam too.
And then I started thinking
They
about
are.
like how much I accidentally make a lot of my records sound pretty 90s. You know what I
So
mean?
you grew up like it's
Yeah.
ingrained in you.
Especially when it comes to like drum sounds.
I mean, you
feel
don't
like,
have to tell us twice.
I know. But like the 90s, you know, Steve Albini, Butch
Right.
Vig kind of
Yeah.
drum sounds and stuff are just like,
Chris Lord Algae everywhere.
yeah. I don't personally like that guy, but
Me
he's
neither.
very
Tom
talented.
Lord Algae everywhere.
Yeah.
Whichever Lord
Tom
Algae you
Lord
side,
Algae.
whichever
Yeah.
team you're on the
Yeah.
Lord Algaes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Ocean
I just can't
LG,
stand the
dude.
greasy New Yorker, like, hey, yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't deal. But
That's the new.
Yeah, dude.
you know exactly what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
what you're talking
Yeah.
but I like how that was like that was onomatopoeia for an entire group
City.
of
Yeah,
people.
the entire city's worth of people. Yeah.
Watch, it's probably from like New Jersey. And that's
Yeah,
like really
right, yeah,
offensive.
Yeah, I just instantly get
Right.
this look of a guy with black hair slicked all the way back with an affliction shirt. Like,
Yeah. No, that was the body
Makes me
language to
sick.
use. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he's
was.
got like a gold chain that somebody told him was cool one time. Or something.
No, you were
that's perfect.
spot on
Where
to
did
it.
Mike go?
What have you listening to?
Oh, what have I been listening to? Too many things.
What-
Skip me. Pass.
Wow,
Pass.
Nick, anything?
Come back to me.
I listened to a bunch of Coldplay the other day.
What
A bunch
record?
of live Coldplay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like live at some jazz fest, live in some European fest. I
They
don't know
keep-
why. I just kept hitting next. YouTube does that thing. I'm like, oh, what's this? And I just kept skipping towards it.
They keep putting out fucking material.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Coldplay song?
What I found out is the lead singer guy,
Chris Martin.
He's,
Shout out Chris Martin.
He's
He's watching.
really awesomely on or really off.
Really?
Like that's
Jim
why
Atkins,
I skip
Jimmy
through
World.
it a lot because I'd be like somewhere and I'd be like, put it on and instantly I'm like headphones up, full screen. I'm like, dude, this is a great performance. I'd go to like 5 minutes later or something and it'd just be like, did his earplugs fall out?
And then his voice just drops off.
Wow.
He is an in-ear monitor puller. I've seen that on many videos.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
something happens where it's like, that the funny videos where they make people sing the wrong notes all the time.
Shreds.
It was almost like Shreds was
Yeah.
happening.
Ooh, that bad.
But
yeah.
I like what's it? The first album that Coldplay has.
Parachutes.
Yeah, Parachutes is like the best album. So what's hard is just the quality back then isn't as good as all these HD awesome things. So half the time, if it's like a Parachutes live video that I'm watching, I'm just like, ugh, what kills me is I just put the fucking album on. It sounds better.
Right.
Their career kind of started at the best music they could have written, and then just eventually,
it kind of like pushed itself into what makes money, So like they're this big, and then they were like, this is what makes money.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's what selling out is. That's what every band does.
I'm not against. Whatever, dude. They still.
They still crank out hits.
The hits still are good, and you can still sing them.
Yeah.
Even if they are like Toto.
It's still Parachutes. Is it yellow for you? Is it?
Clocks?
I don't know. Don't Panic is great.
Don't Panic is really good.
I think Green Eyes is my
so good.
My
too.
favorite Coldplay jam.
Such a good.
Ooh, I'm
record.
gonna have to.
If you haven't listened to Coldplay, just pick up that record alone, just for the songwriting, the texture, the mood, the vibe, the everything.
On tour,
I think it's yellow. As cheesy as that answer is, I think it's yellow for me.
It's a great song.
I mean,
great recording.
I would love to pull something more obscure, but it's the fucking jam.
Yeah.
All right, so you've not been listening to Coldplay lately.
I have not, but I did remember what I sang into the shower. Sang to the shower in the shower like 2 days ago was "Say Anything," so that was just like needed to go to 2007 real quick.
It's always a go-to for you, though.
Yeah,
it's never too far out of
that's
reach.
so reliable. Yeah. Just felt like singing in the shower for a bit.
I have been
stretching the pipes again.
Oh yeah, just getting
working on the emo screams and talk about working on emo screams for recording. Working on emo screams in the shower, so much more fun.
I mean, it sounds amazing.
I just wonder what else is going on in the shower while you're screaming emo screams.
Well, I'm in the shower, so all bets are off. I am naked already.
I have been doing work on a laptop, and so I just have YouTube on my TV, just like cycling through shits. And I found this little pocket of like 90-minute videos of like 1967 International Teenage Music Award show. And it's fucking like it starts with Jan and Dean, who introduce
Jan and Dean.
I know Dean.
Yeah, who introduce fucking Marvin Gaye, who finishes, and then the Rolling Stones are later in the show. It's like
the old TV shows from back in the day.
Yeah.
They like disco
yeah,
night, and they're just gonna
right.
And this is like 1965-ish. So like the Byrds are on, then fucking James Brown comes out for 5 songs.
Right.
And it's 90 minutes of this shit, and I'm just typing and going, these are all right, they're not legends because I don't remember them, but these are all like everyone you're looking at is like in the prime of their life, like doing their thing.
What is that even called?
I just kept finding them. I just got in this little pocket on YouTube, so I was searching. One was produced by the whole show was produced by Phil Spector, and it was a TV.
That's terrifying.
Was it called?
Right.
Something's not right.
So the Ronettes are in the show. Like they're doing a show. The Supremes are in the show. Just a great fucking time for
what was the show called?
Music. There was no. I'd have to look into it because International.
I'd have to look
International
into it.
International Teen Awards for Music. So
cool.
like Adam or whatever. 1965, 1967. But there was a whole bunch of these things. There was a German TV show that's how I found the Small Faces.
Yes.
Small Faces turned into the Faces, turned into Rod Stewart, turned into...
I was listening to the Faces this morning, too.
Faces are so fucking good.
Yeah.
Small
They used
Faces.
to be the Small Faces.
For some reason, Small Faces in 1967... In 1967, Small Faces cover... fucking everyone covered Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
And they covered You're Gonna Need Some Lovin'. And his vocal performance is exactly what Robert Plant does in Whole Lotta Love, 1969.
Yeah, note for note.
Note for it's.
Yeah.
Robert Plant listened to that recording and got his voice to do that from 2 years ago.
Rod Stewart's the fucking man, dude.
It's not Rod Stewart. It's whoever was the singer of the Small Faces, who also played guitar.
Oh, shit.
But I just found these guys, and I'm like, this fucking jams. Who are these guys? And I immediately just looked up on Spotify and just went through.
They had jams for years.
I went to their 1967 record and just put it on while I was in the shower.
Yeah.
5 tracks
Man,
in, I'm
you
like...
guys in showers.
Hey, you don't have a speaker in your shower?
No.
You turn up the hot water,
I do have a speaker in my shower.
You got Bluetooth.
You're missing out.
I have a seat in my shower.
You're missing out, man. Treat yourself.
I listen to a lot of things every day.
All right. So you use that. You use shower time as
ear
I
break.
had just gotten back from a run, and so I was like 5 tracks in.
Shane told me. Sorry, Shane told me he saw you running down Harbor the other day. And
I believe
it's
it.
like the funniest thing. He's like, yeah, I saw Craig running. He's like, when you see somebody run, you're like, wow, I didn't think they ran like that. It's so funny.
Craig is not athletic.
No. But I was like, hey, man, he's fucking running. Like, good for him. 'Cause, like, I fucking hate running.
Yeah, it's the perfect thing to say.
So funny.
Good.
I don't think I've seen you run.
I run by his house all the time, too. Yeah. Oh, I'm a terrible...
I've seen you jog.
I hate running. Yeah.
Good. I think I've seen you sprint. Yeah.
So back in Michigan,
I don't think I've
had
ever sprinted.
like a volleyball net set up, and Craig came by at one of the parties to play, or just to hang out with us. We're playing volleyball.
Are you talking about like I gotta make
and
it
the
a
ball
drink.
would go to Craig, and he would put his hands together, and instead of like trying to get it somewhere, would take his hands as hard as he can and just whip, and just wherever the fucking ball went, that's where it went. So we stopped asking Craig to play volleyball. He's not gonna. You want him to play basketball? He will stand somewhere and wait for you to pass it to him.
That's so funny.
That's Craig doing sports.
I don't have too much of a competitive edge.
No. This is a very non-confrontational person we're talking
play
about.
A competitive edge.
I bet you're pretty good at Calvin ball. Yeah.
I can't talk off.
No, you're right. Sports.
There was a UFC fight tonight,
Cool.
and there's another UFC fight on Saturday.
Cool.
Boom.
Baseball's trying to be back.
So sad.
It's very depressing, isn't it?
Dude, I don't know what everyone was trying to be back. Like NBA was
Yeah.
trying to be back.
They're doing the bubble season. Are they still doing the bubble season?
I don't know.
I think they're still bubble
I don't
season.
think
But in
gonna
Florida,
stop.
right?
Yeah, in Florida.
Yeah.
Why, of all places?
Because it's Florida.
Yeah.
The laws are
They're
the
on
laxest.
I think
Yeah.
they're
What
on
the fuck?
Disneyland,
Do you?
Yeah.
like resort or Disney World Resort,
Yeah.
and they're quarantined to one area.
Is that even really a question?
It's ridiculous.
There was a picture on Instagram from one of the basketball dudes. It was like, I'm not gonna eat this shit, and it was like Kraft Mac, like fill it with hot water.
It's like go to Catalina Island or somewhere cool, like you know what I mean, or like something.
There's so many
like,
better options.
Yeah.
or just go to like the middle of fucking cornland.
Yeah,
Like no one's gonna mess with you out there.
Yeah,
Have
go-
a big old
Yeah, you got a bunch of flyover country that's just waiting.
You're gonna go to where like a hot spot is. Like if you went to fucking New York months ago, like we're gonna hold it here, dude. Sorry, Madison Square Garden's where it's at.
Yeah.
Bubble season, dude.
Yeah.
It's like camp, dude. You can watch so much behind. It's good television.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's
television.
good television.
How long until Netflix runs out of new material?
Dude,
They
I'm
already
very
have.
surprised that
like-
they're cranking out some of these like game shows and shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
when did they film? They had this shit just ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're so far ahead.
Set to drop. And
Those
I'm just
things
like,
are so far
"Damn."
ahead.
I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
The floor is lava.
They're cranking
Yeah.
out all the pilots that had never got picked up years ago because they had better shit to make. But now
Yeah.
they're dipping into the vault and being like, "Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm-
the floor is lava."
I've been
Yeah.
surprised. Floor is lava was pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it's something that
Haven't
you
seen
can
it
just
yet.
put on the background.
Yes or no, just smell it.
That smells like Unicum. Do you know what Unicum is?
What are they
It's
calling it?
a Hungarian liquor. I'm down. Yeah.
What flavor is it supposed to be? Is that just like a normal?
It's a licoricey
Yeah.
Ugh, okay, it smells like Fernet.
Yep.
Just do it, dude.
Yeah.
I
The
like
fucking
Fernet.
alcohol.
We're
is so
following.
aggressive, it
You
doesn't
are the
matter.
bartender tonight, Greg. We're trusting
Nice-
you, bud.
Nice there, bartender man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sports are fucking done.
Yeah.
I also,
Sad.
what venues are gonna be hurting? Like how is Chain Reaction gonna stay around?
I'm okay if they just go away.
Me too, but I'm just wondering, like all of those places, like how is even the Wayfarer? The Wayfarer set up all that shit in the back, right?
Yeah.
Set it up. Like, are they even allowed to open right now?
They're doing the patio thing
Cool.
still.
We need to stop.
Yeah,
by
I
and
think
do-
they
I'm
only
gonna
shut
do
down
lunch
indoor
there.
restaurants. Yeah.
Cool.
You can
Yeah.
still eat on patios.
I did go to
yeah.
Wingnuts yesterday. and they allowed us to be on the patio as well.
Mhm.
Dude, just do Wing Monday at Wayfair. It's the best jam.
Is it?
That's
I-
half the reason why I took the Monday night gig to do the audio over there.
I
'cause I was
fucking
like,
work
wings!
all day, and then we do podcasts on Monday.
Yeah, we podcast on Mondays.
But I need to go because I'm a wing guy.
Yeah.
We can take a Monday off. There's no. I mean, we are
Or-
consistently off.
Just tell Eric you're gonna do the podcast in the little fucking shipping container and hook you up with some wings.
Yeah, that's where I should do
Live
that.
podcast event.
Yeah.
Gross.
Why not? I mean, we can bring.
I'd
that,
rather play
we
a
can
show.
Bring that anywhere.
That's true.
We're not playing a show anytime soon.
You're right.
I know.
Even with this Big Bear or what is it, St. Baldy, that fucking thing ain't gonna go through. They're not gonna be able to pay us
Saint
enough.
Baldy.
Old St. Baldy. Ain't
It's
gonna pay
Saint
us.
Baldy.
They're Baldy's open. They want us to come out and do a weekend,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I just don't. What can they pay us?
What can they pay us, and how sweet is the deal?
How sweet's the deal that
Thank
you're
you.
going to
I don't
give
think there's
to
a good
me?
number right now that Saint Baldy could offer us.
$1,000.
And I say cheers to that.
Hey.
Well, there was an
It's
offer.
getting heavier. I'm not opposed.
Well, because I actually pulled out an actual shot glass, and actually, we were outside. So the first one I was just doing by count. Yeah, but
You
here we
weren't
go.
counting.
Yeah, we're deeper in the
I saw you.
podcast, and I think we got most of the educational things
I mean, we learned a lot about Mike
out of the way
so far.
Yeah, the education.
So what have you
moves out
been
of the way.
watching? We talked about what you're listening to. What are you
I
watching?
know you watched Floor is Lava.
yeah,
Floor
I
is
watched
lava.
that. I just what did we just crush through?
Do you like do comedies? Do you guys like fucking
Horror,
forensic shit? Do you
drama,
You know
like
what's a
fantasy?
random one I got into was Longmire.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
Hank
what's that?
Azaria FX.
It's in tech. You know how Netflix does this. Like it was
Yeah.
on shit. I forget what network it was on. But then they buy it
Yeah.
and it's a Netflix show.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not any big actors. But
No, I'm thinking of Brockmire. Longmire's a Western?
yeah.
Okay.
I love it when they don't have big actors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like it's
new
easier
faces.
for me to fall into something
New
than going
faces.
like,
Right,
Yeah.
and it was
oh,
just-
fucking
yeah.
Johnny Depp's there again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The ending was terrible. But
Sweet. I like good
Yeah.
reviews.
Yeah.
it was one of those things like a quarantine thing where I was my buddy Anthony Grisham was like a killer blues player.
Okay.
Shout out to Grisham.
Shut up.
Highly recommend him if you guys
Okay.
ever need that. But he actually lives up in Bishop, and near Mammoth.
Yeah.
And he tour manages for Walter Trout, who's a legendary
Fuck
blues
yeah.
guy.
'Kay.
Fun fact: Anthony and I both worked at the high school for years for the music program stuff, and
cool.
all of Walter's kids have gone through the program. So like we're close to the Trout family, and
Awesome.
he grew up with the Trout family, and blah blah. But he TMs for them.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing this full circle.
Yeah.
He was in Florida on tour with Walter when COVID hit.
Yeah.
So he had to drive his ass from Florida across country,
Oof.
like during that first week of shutdown, when
There's
everything
no toilet paper.
hit the fan, you know. And he's just like, "Oh, dude, this is so nice." So he ended up back in Huntington, where Walter lives, and his mom lives in Huntington, and he was watching Longmire with his mom, and I was actually having him play on the David record, so I was having him like send me tracks and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, like. Anthony likes Longmire. I'll give it a go, and then I got sucked into Longmire. So,
That's awesome.
but other than that, just the shitty game show. You know, we of course we did the Tiger King thing, and we crushed through a bunch of other Netflix.
How many
series.
seasons
Cool.
is Longmire?
I want to say like 6.
Okay, hour-long
It's a
episode.
full show. Did they know they were ending, or did they?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I think it.
You said the ending sucked. I want to know. Is it because they knew they were
I think
getting
it ended in like 2017. I think it's an
Okay.
older show.
Okay.
That's still pretty fucking long.
6 seasons in a movie?
Yeah.
I think it's 6 seasons, but yeah, it's all right.
17.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's the only
It's
thing
all
that
right.
kept your attention consistently this entire lockdown.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest commitment.
Did you see Hamilton?
Oh yeah,
Mm-mm.
I saw that last night.
Man.
Saw Hamilton last night.
Is it tied to the musical? Is it?
It
It's-
is the music.
yeah.
It's just a.
So they
yeah.
they released
they just-
2016 recording from the original cast.
Yeah.
Definitely have a big disdain for musicals.
Oh.
Well,
All right.
well,
This is fun too. Why do you hate musical
Why?
theater?
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
I love
put that on
musical-
hold. I did see it last
I
night.
love
We'll get
this.
back to
I
it.
love
No,
this.
no,
love
this is more
musical
important.
theater. I was also in like
This is just more
band,
important. No, no,
orchestral
this is
band.
more
the whole
important.
way.
We need to know.
Well, let me preface it with from a production standpoint, because me doing live sound and stuff as
Mhm.
well, incredible. Like that is some of the most challenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You respect the craft.
What
Yeah.
you hear on the Hamilton recording is insane.
Oh, yeah.
What you
blows my
see,
mind.
the stage direction
Yeah,
on the.
Yeah, I was
it's-
just watching a video on the audio tech who does like custom fitted mics, and they have like 120 mics, like RF, and
120 mics.
and like
What
that being
the
my gig
fuck,
a lot of
dude?
last year,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's sick. But no, what it comes down to is just musical style. You know what I mean? Like the way it's sung
Hamilton's
and
all hip hop.
It is hip hop.
I don't know. It's
There is
it's
still pop. There's still
Still
pop.
premiered on Broadway,
It's
so
still
it's
Broadway.
Broadway.
theater,
Yeah.
like I can't stand like it's just
Hey,
so.
it's not for you. It's not for you, dude.
Hoity-toity
of course
pompous.
there's great musicals. Of course there's
Yeah.
exceptions, but
Yeah.
generally
What about Book of Mormon?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Man.
But it's just the whole song and dance and the whole
It's
fucking
the
show.
song and
Like
dance.
I
If
just,
someone said to you, Joseph Smith, don't fuck the baby, Joseph Smith, magical fuck frog,
but
would
see,
you
like,
want to
for
hear him
me-
sing it?
For me, like, I actually really like plays.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
Uh-huh.
like seeing live
Like
performances that
plays.
way.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Just the
Um,
musical
it's the
aspect
musical
bothers you.
aspect.
It's just thrown. It's like
The suspension of disbelief type
yeah,
thing.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm walking down the street.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing a fucking song. It's like, no, get out of here
Yeah.
with this shit, man. Like, why? Either sing a
reminds
song
me-
Oh, man.
or act like you're walking
Yeah,
down
yeah.
the street.
So rock and roll, actually.
You would hate Phantom of the Opera.
All right. I mean, there's one of my favorite Onion article headlines of all time is, "Oh God, cast coming out into audience." And the whole article is just like, "Oh God, they're singing right in our faces."
Yeah, I
Now they're trying to pull people on stage. Like,
it's one of those things. Like I'll talk shit, Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've worked a lot of musicals. I've mixed a lot.
Sure,
you
sure.
know,
Yeah.
And it's like an incredible art form. I have total
Yeah.
respect for it. It's
Yeah.
just as far as my
hey,
taste.
you're not gonna
Hey,
put it on. You're not
you know
gonna.
what?
Put, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna put it on.
Dude.
Yeah.
Is there
100%.
Is there a production you hate the least, even by default or
Yeah.
proxy?
Do you
Like
have
you've-
like
you've
the
seen one
exception? Well, you
show-
said there are exceptions.
Yeah,
What is
like
the
honestly, like Sweeney Todd is super
Okay.
rad. You know,
Sweeney
what I
Todd is
mean?
very
Todd
good.
is super
Um,
rad.
Like kind of like more classic.
Okay.
Vibe
West
or
Side
whatever.
Story?
Nope.
Too much.
I definitely
Too
think.
much, man.
Do you like South Park?
Spamalot.
See, then
You
might
went
be
with
on the
Sweeney
fence.
Todd, which is already like
That's a few years later.
but
yeah.
it's like a take
Yeah, yeah.
against Broadway shows because
Right.
they're murdering people.
and they're
Right.
singing the whole time.
Right?
It's more of an opera.
yeah. But it's like dark and it's like moody. It's vibey. It has like
Yeah.
more. It's not just like we're singing, we're dancing,
Right.
Fucking Showboat, Brigadoon, Kismet, like all
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
like over the top shows.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Right.
Book
Yeah.
of Mormon is a South Park production. So if you like Team America,
Yeah.
if that's a
Uh,
musical to you,
It is a musical.
right?
One
The
of those
movie's a
things,
musical.
Like I would love to go see it. I mean,
Yeah.
I totally would. Like, and that's the thing is like I have friends who are in musical theater, and it's just like they're like, hey, you want to come on a show? Yeah, for sure. Like,
Sure.
it's not like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Last
For
time I
sure.
stuck whiskey into one of them, but
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
just one of those things where I also have friends who like hop in the car and there's fucking Disney music going on. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, my
Oh yeah, I was
God.
gonna say
Yeah.
Lion. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just about to say the words Lion King.
Like
so yeah,
jump out of the car right
yeah,
now.
yeah. So
Stop. you
very
know?
anti Lion King.
No, I mean
yeah.
like the Disney stuff is
Yeah.
of course when you're a kid,
Right,
it's
right.
like, it's-
But the
it's-
Broadway though.
I saw the musical theater show when I was a
Mhm.
kid, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Dude,
Mhm.
it's, what's gonna be the best thing when Nick's kid finally, or when Mike's kid finally comes out, is that he's going to be feeding him the most obscure fucking
Oh,
child
yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah.
There's no
You're
way
gonna have such a
there's
hipster
no way you're
baby.
gonna be like, yeah, dude, just listen to this stuff that they're
You're
feeding
gonna have
you.
such a hipster
You're gonna
baby.
go fucking sane.
Yeah, yeah.
Your kid, you're gonna be like, yeah, Frank Zappa all the way, dude. You need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
listen to this. This is at
You
least more
start him
cool.
on Zappa.
Yeah.
Please start him on Zappa.
No, my
So-
sister actually
or her.
already got us a
Them.
baby gift of
Yeah.
like rock lullabies.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're like kids.
Yes.
I haven't listened to them
Oh.
yet, but like
I've
there's
seen-
like AC/DC, there's like Journey, there's Elton John.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To, like
So
beautiful
good.
There's
soothing
Nirvana.
chimes.
There's Nirvana, dude. There's
I'm like-
emo bands. They do like My Chemical Romance and shit. You can find
and
any
my
of
brain
the
immediately
music.
is just like, holy shit. I'm gonna listen to this shit and I'm gonna do it better. I'm gonna get all my boys just to knock this shit out. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
And we're gonna have a whole
Get
nother
your toy piano.
Yeah, we're gonna have our whole other revenue stream. That's the licensing deal that we're gonna nail.
Hey, sounds fun. Sounds
Yeah.
easy and fun.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
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 Go for it.
That's a good angle to take, actually.
The baby. Yeah.
I mean, what do you think has not been shined a light on? Is there someone's catalog you think has not been?
yeah.
turned
What band
into
would you do?
Dude,
lullaby
I don't know,
music yet?
But
Yeah.
like the Bristol Memory Boys, like
Yeah.
you know,
Shout out to
Oh, shout out
Yeah.
Bristol.
Yeah, they were just
Yeah.
there, just
but
there,
like
That's
they're like proof that the emo thing is charging through, man. I
It
feel
just
like we're
keeps
getting a
going.
whole nother wave.
You're gonna get
back,
another
you
wave.
know? And
That's why you have me in the bed.
yeah, and so like imagine doing like a Taking Back Sunday or like I've been listening to Motion City soundtrack again.
Oh, I just heard. Wait. Oh no! Did we just become best friends?
Nick and I will be right back. Go.
Yeah. We're gonna make out real quick.
Dude.
I know I'm gonna just yank your mask down real quick.
Yeah.
Motion City Soundtrack's my fucking band, dude. Like, yeah, I have the VIP pass from. I saw them on my birthday.
Oh wow.
I saw them. Yeah.
I would love to see them, but yeah, imagine doing like a kids version of.
It's already dude. They've done kids shows.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw them clean up a version of everything. I think they cleaned up Everything Is All Right for a kids version and made it about Christmas.
And made it about
that
Christmas?
depressing ass song about him losing his fucking mind.
They did a Christmas version of Everything Is All Right. Yeah.
That is a jam though. Like,
yeah.
It's on my this year was the first year I started making my own Spotify like playlist. You know,
Yes.
Right.
Dipping my toe into that a little bit. And it's on my playlist, and man, I'll try to sing along to that track. It gets sing so high, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's fun to try. It's fun to try. You can't do it. Yeah,
Man.
it's hard.
I can falsetto it.
Got to learn. Well, yeah. You got to learn to control your falsetto a whole lot better.
But I remember seeing those. What was it, like Fuse or whatever that music.
Fuse, the network?
Yeah, where like they had like
MTV.
There was
MTV
some
Fallout?
good shit on there.
Yeah,
Fuse was
like,
so
Fuse
good.
was
and
the
like
best,
you
dude.
see him pop up and he played. He's the reason I have a Tele Deluxe at the studio.
Fuck
Um,
you, Justin.
Yeah, but he has
love that
fucking
guitar.
crazy ass
Yeah,
hair. And
yeah.
you're like, what is going on? The emo
Dude, it's
scene
coming back.
and just like,
It will never die. Look at my hair.
man.
Wait, did it catch you? And was that the band? Did you get caught in the emo wave when it happened too?
I wasn't like full in. I mean, me being blonde, I couldn't even go there if I wanted to.
Yeah.
You could have died of black.
But you already mentioned
if you
Taking
really
Back
meant
Sunday.
it. If you really
Yeah.
meant it, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was like, honestly, and I said it back then, I still stick to it. Some of like the best era of drumming.
Oh my
Like even like the My Chemical
It's
stuff.
Thoughtful
Yeah.
fucking drumming.
We just
But
talked about My
across-
Chemical
We just
the other
played
day.
My Chemical Romance on Friday, dude.
and it's just like ripping drummers.
Fast as fuck and precise and just hard and loud. It's
Yeah.
hard shit to play and it's fun. It's
Yeah,
so
super fun. Just a lot
I
of
feel
energy.
like Travis Barker
Yeah.
like just bred a bunch of
he kind of started
insane
that whole
ass drummers.
he kind of started
We're
the whole
just like,
school of drumming.
Here's a bar, and they're just like,
Yeah.
well, here's a bar, and it's like, all right, you got to be better than this. And then
But I'm like
Yeah.
still way
going
more of a
through.
fan of all the emo drummers over Travis Barker personally.
yeah,
there are some
but-
better ones. There are some better
Yeah.
ones.
But
Yeah,
then there's like
but
the
still,
seeds
just-
of it, like,
They would trace their way
Jimmy
back to
World
him.
Saves the
Yeah.
Day, like
Yep.
all that stuff where everything was like epic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And even though you're using like a chord that's just it's one chord, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's augmented, but the
Yeah.
drums and everything is so driving,
Yeah.
so emotional, right?
I know, dude.
Everything's
Dynamic
emo.
performances.
I like
on
this
all
episode.
That
It's
shit.
the emo
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I like I said, I never went full in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like just from
Yeah.
like a music standpoint, production standpoint, some incredible records.
Listen to emo music.
Team Taking Back Sunday over Brand New.
I
Ooh.
think back then, yes, but that latest Brand New record, fucking awesome.
Uh-huh.
But he fucked up, right? We
Yeah,
can't,
yeah.
Can't be
He
fans
got
no more.
canceled. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can't like him
he got-
anymore.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Did you see my thing about Lost Prophets?
No.
I had like
Well, they're gone and they're not back.
they're not on
anymore.
Spotify.
They're
You
still
know
not
who
back.
Lost Prophets are, right?
I'm vaguely familiar.
Okay.
Yeah. They had a
We don't
couple
have to
hits,
talk- we don't
but-
have to
but the
recap that whole fucking
pretty
conversation.
much that one
Yeah.
guy is a pedophile too or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But the
Ugh.
whole band, like,
Not
isn't
on
one.
Spotify anymore.
And, but the
Yeah.
music's nowhere. You
Hey,
can't.
you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on
YouTube?
YouTube.
That's
yeah.
rough.
All right, well, YouTube, but
Just get it on
everywhere
YouTube.
else, and what sucks is just how everyone is affected by someone else's choice.
Right,
just
right.
because you're in a group with them.
Hey.
That's what
Yep.
the gist of
Yep.
everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Sucks to be
Just-
Lost Prophets.
Sucks to be Lost Prophets. They
Who-
tried to change their
who-
band name and shit.
What's their name?
Lost Prophets.
Yeah, what?
Lost Prophets. It's Lost Prophets. Hashtag rescue Lost Prophets. We try and start that whole
Rescue.
fucking
Oh,
movement.
no, we
Nope.
can't do that.
Nope. That'll actually cancel.
Dude,
it.
Trapped.
Oh, Trapped.
Trapped sold 600 copies of their record in the first week because
600? Of being trapped lately.
being trapped lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if you
600
know.
a lot?
No.
No.
It's 600.
No, it's fun that they only did 600 because
Yeah.
the lead singer of Trapped, which
It's
is a
fun
band that,
they can still pull 600.
yes,
Yeah.
but he went political. He went anti-Black Lives Matter political.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, man. Like
what a wrong
I
side to
know.
stand on.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
during
To
the
try to sell shit.
he's tweeting stupid shit about the all lives and the blue
Yeah.
lives and shit, and
Yeah,
then
I still
And-
think my favorite.
Hey, that's the
like,
horse you want to ride out on, dude.
yeah,
I think my favorite lead singer breakdown was the dude from Creed.
so good.
Scott. He
What,
went,
trying to kill himself in the motel?
I mean, that's sad. I'm not bringing him down on that.
But what a
Yeah.
saga!
But yeah, that's
The
that's
drama,
Like,
yeah.
He was I mean, probably still is losing it. I'm just like, oh my god, like watching some of those videos. I'm like, ooh.
Oh, dude.
I just sent them. Just sent them a link earlier today where the Puddle of Mud singer.
Yes.
They did this, and so there's a YouTube video where it's that cover of it, but all the high notes are in half speed.
So just elongate them.
I'm standing here.
That guy had a hard go on that. I don't know.
He's actually in tune like 20% of the time.
But like, how
More
many
than
people
20%.
said that should go out on the internet?
A
You
lot.
know what I mean?
That got
Like,
vetted by a lot of people. He thought that should go out. He thought
it's
that
one
shit.
of those things
Sirius
where
XM decided it would go out
You're
too.
right.
Everyone
who thought that was good though? Like,
everyone
how many
agreed
hands
with
were like,
that.
I give
Yeah, yeah.
that a
know.
C.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually have a friend who
No, it's also
Starving content.
Yeah.
starving for content.
I had a friend who toured with Puddle of Mud very briefly, and he was like, he said it was like one run,
Singer meltdowns got me in the
and he was like, what's the singer of Puddle of Mud's name?
Wes
Of-
Scantlin.
Something like that, yeah.
Of who? Of which?
Puddle of Mud.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But he was basically like his handler, and like,
Oh,
so it was like
God.
post show party hang,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And
Sponsor type
his whole
thing,
gig
yeah.
was like, don't lose Wes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And
Wes is notorious. He already has a handler. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
like,
Uh-huh.
and my buddy, I think they were in a different country too. I think they were in
I
Europe or
believe
something
it.
like
Oh,
that.
that's like the most
And,
dangerous shit.
This
dude.
sounds like a fun story. Can't
my buddy
wait.
Ben, he's the one who got me the Kamasi gig and all that. Like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Um,
We can talk about that too.
yeah, he's.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's a great guy,
You
but
have
he is
so
like
many
he's like
facets.
such like a friendly, like, kind of. Oh yeah, just I want to like hang and party. So the way he told me the story was like he was hanging like, okay, I can't lose this guy. I can't lose him. And then like he gets a drink. He's just like, oh man, yeah, this is really fun. Just like enjoying the experience. Turns around, he's like, huh,
Oh, where's Wes?
fucking gone. And then
no.
like loses him. And
Wes
like,
is butt naked running down the street.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
But yeah, I guess the dude straight up like ended up like 5 hours away. They didn't find him for like 2 days, like the whole nine. So
What the fuck?
It's that
Phil-
easy to lose Wes.
fill in the pieces.
No,
of the
that's all
puzzle.
I needed to
Wes
hear.
went to the bathroom, crawled out the window, started running.
Yeah, dude, just like on a bender, like people
Hey,
like what a trip.
He was hired to do it. He couldn't do it. He
Dude,
tried.
it's-
Yeah.
Just so
I mean,
funny.
he's barely at fault there. You know?
know.
I don't think he's at fault.
That dude is a notorious train wreck.
yeah.
Like
God.
there's so many meltdown like during sets the guy
Yeah.
will just lose it
Yeah.
and start yelling at an audience member
Yeah,
for,
I read-
for
I know.
like no reason.
I read the article that where like the guitarist was just like, the Brown got him that day or some shit like that. Like that was his
the
quote.
the brown liquor got to
No,
him
no,
that
I
day.
think it was heroin.
Oh, the
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was like the heroin got to him.
Darker turn to this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
The
I hear
Brown.
that too.
Yeah, just like the Brown got to him that day. It's like, oh, is he back at it? Dun, 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 TMZ.
It's just funny 'cause,
Dun,
like,
dun, dun.
My mom's a huge Puddle of Mud fan.
Oh.
But has like no clue about any of this. She just like loves that first record. You know
She's
what I
like
mean?
she's like a
Fucking
Trump
hates
fan.
me.
She doesn't believe it.
No,
She doesn't want to
yeah,
believe
I
it.
know. But she's just like, oh my god, it's so fun. We listened to that record in Hawaii.
Everything's
And then like she has no clue.
I
about
don't know any
of
other
this.
songs.
Oh.
I know one. I know the one.
She's not in the circle to see that.
Did they have more than one? Did Puddle of Mud have more than one?
First record has 3 singles.
What are they? I know
It's Control.
which one's Control.
Yeah, whatever that song is.
Okay.
Yeah,
probably heard
I love
it.
the way you look at me, smack my ass. That's
Cool.
She fucking hates me.
Right.
And
Duh.
Blurry.
Which one's Blurry?
I remember that one.
Take it all away.
Yeah, I know that one better. Yeah, yeah.
3 top 10 singles.
I don't
off
know the
that
first
fucking
one,
record.
but the other
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
All you need
Those
is
two are
one.
bangers.
All you need is one, and then you can be in Europe.
Yeah.
5 hours
Yeah.
getting where it's supposed to be.
Paying people to keep track of you.
Just
Right.
like,
Like,
I know this is your job. You're a dick.
Got you again. Yeah.
meanwhile, it's your money.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I paid you to do one thing and you couldn't even do that. Bye.
Just crazy when people get to a certain level and they just lose the ability to be a human.
I don't
Like-
think they were in the first place.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
think
Well,
it was
there's that.
either.
You
no
know.
way.
But they had to have
Meh.
some kind of cognitive ability to get,
to that point.
you know,
yeah.
to record a hit record with someone.
Yeah.
Or
He
right
can't-
place, right time.
But sometimes like genius can
No.
be held.
Flash in the
to-
pan,
to
dude.
Do what you want,
Uh-huh.
and then you put him out on the road, and he's just gonna fall apart.
All right. You said
So,
Flash
like-
in the Pan. Will Billie Eilish's second record
yeah.
do great?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I think so. I personally am very.
You said great, right?
I'm,
I mean, like, do you think it'll hit
very
the
uneducated on her music. I like the story that it was done with her brother in the bedroom.
Yeah,
I
totally.
like that won a Grammy. I like it.
Yeah.
You know?
If the second record does the same formula, you think it'll do well? I don't know if it'll have the same formula anymore since the first one had such.
Yeah,
success.
I think they're going to switch it up a lot, or are they going to try?
I think they'll switch it up. I cannot stand like her style.
Yeah.
I'm just always like, oh no, like you're a cute girl. Like, what are you?
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's the appeal.
Well, she did the
16, 16 black baggy clothes, spiders and mouths.
It's an anti-image.
It reminds
It's
me
an-
of that.
yeah.
You know the video of all the goth people dancing like that? It reminds me of that shit.
Yeah.
Did
You
you
know?
not see her latest video though at one of her last concerts?
Oh,
Where like during intermissions, like voont, voont.
Yeah.
There's like water.
There's intermission?
voont. Yeah, in her own show, and then it's her like in a fucking bikini with her hoo-ha's out.
what?
Damn.
And it's just like, don't.
Oh, they're sexing
you
her now?
can't judge me. Well,
They're just
she's
making
sick
her
of,
sex?
like everyone guessing because she obviously is.
Oh, right. She's
So
18.
she's
Yeah.
owning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's getting
Get
out
to see
ahead of
them
it.
titties.
Yeah. She's getting out in front of it.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
Hollywood strikes again.
No, I
Gross.
think she's gonna do well.
Okay.
I think she's. Yeah, I think she's stirred it up enough in the right way. You know, similar to like Lady Gaga back in the day. Like, obviously not as big of a voice, like pop star. You know, gigantic.
So what
thing,
has
but-
she done that no one else has done?
Whispered
Honestly,
the whole time.
yes, that's kind of it. I don't know if we got anything else.
Her characterization is like that.
It's Lord
So
Fallout.
I don't know what she'll do when
yeah,
she goes on it.
Well, but if they can sustain it, they already gave the lady a Bond song. So if the-
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, she
The
did
It's
a
not
rock
good.
song.
That's why you don't know it.
That's
It's
one of
terrible.
those classic things you really wish for
And it hurts my
as
soul.
an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A Bond
one
song.
Dude.
record, Grammys, Bond song,
Bond song.
immediately.
They gave her a Bond song.
That's
First
business,
out-
baby.
Right, that's business.
That's exactly
baby.
what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, how does the second record like even do that level of?
There's no way it can.
How do you get bigger?
There's no way it can.
I mean,
It'll plateau.
is that always the goal?
Oh,
What's the goal?
To
is
get
that
bigger?
always the goal? No, I
Oh.
mean like because.
Do you think they're really planning for sustainability on this, though?
Well, okay, that's been a conversation about a lot of people lately
Okay.
about like what the shift is with COVID and
yeah.
traditionally, especially me having a studio, it's like the really basic economics is like
How do we-
Filmspeed plays shows.
Right.
Filmspeed comes to me, they give me money that they made playing shows,
Right.
and I pay rent,
Yeah.
right?
and then we do it again.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so with that very first playing shows thing taken out of the picture, where are the finances coming? Blah, blah, blah. And that's always kind of stemmed into, I hope the record sales become a little bit more
Right,
of a priority.
right.
Yeah.
I hope we kind of shift back onto leaning onto record sales for music business sustainability.
Yeah.
Because I really believe that economics, even though people think that we have total control over
But
it,
the
I
need
think-
for recorded, the demand
I
for
think
recorded music,
it-
though.
It's a cycle that
Yeah,
just kind of repeats itself, and you know what I mean. It's not that it's predictable. but-
music is music, but a business
right?
and the industry, there's a way to do things. How do you think it's changed in this way? Now there's not going to be shows for there's like a year,
We
A
don't
while.
know at this
So a
point.
year, like
Yeah.
no
I'm
one's
just
playing shows, and it's
going
going
day by
more
day.
online, right?
Right.
So does everyone lean on having exclusive merch and vinyls and shit like that? Like
I think merch is
physical
going to...
things to mail out
Yeah.
and hawk to
I
people,
was going to say merch might get a lot
I feel like that's
bigger.
really shallow, though.
right?
Like
It's short term.
Yeah.
For sure.
very short term.
Yeah.
If there's no outreach, like you're just
Yeah.
going to sell your 10 shirts to people you know.
And
Well,
then
that's what I'm
never
saying
sell
is
them again.
how are you
Yeah.
going to grow?
It's very
Yeah.
rare that we
Yeah.
have that one shirt that we've had for 10 years.
Yeah.
How old is that shirt?
These are brand new. This
Hey!
is one of those shallow
All right.
kind of, they were like, oh
10th
shit.
anniversary shirts.
I know. It's like, this is one of our COVID moves. You know what I mean? Like, we need
Right.
to sell something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm very proud that we have shirts. Go buy one, blah, blah, blah. But it's
We
like,
should start wearing our own merch.
but,
Do you think we've ever at that level? I'll start wearing our own merch. I don't give a fuck.
I'll wear it for fun.
Well,
We got enough of it.
I kind of have a better excuse because I was actually at the studio today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, this is my going to work.
You know what
shirt.
I'll do? I'll wear my merch and see if people notice that it's my band.
do the Iron Maiden thing, man. Why
Yeah.
not?
A lot of bands have done it.
Yeah.
Everybody do it
But,
on stage. Yeah,
But no, I think with
I'll make a game out of it.
I think like the fact that we're still talking about the Stones, we're still talking about Prince. You know,
I just listened to the Beatles last night.
Yeah,
It's about the song.
It's that is the career move
Yeah.
that we should all be striving for. You know, what I mean, whatever
song?
we're, dude. Because
Yeah,
here's Jimmy Page kicking it,
Kicking it.
making money for his whole entire life, You know what I mean? Is Puddle of Mudd kicking it for their entire? Fuck no.
Well, not if he keeps acting the way he is. Yeah, right.
Heroin's a hell of a drug.
I know, and it's just like
costly.
there was something, and
Right.
again, I've been kind of trying to work this out with some friends.
Sure,
it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah, dude.
We're not friends. We're just.
Well, no, it's COVID season, so
I'm
all
kidding,
of these
I'm
things
kidding.
are like
yeah.
things to think about.
I'm just giving you shit. Continue.
no, but it's
And for
yeah,
another couple hits of the samurai sword,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
keep honing this shit. Let's keep honing into something.
But yeah, I just hope that this kind of shifts music on both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gives us time to focus less on kind of the short-term immediate things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's due for a shakeup. I'll
You
tell you
know,
that.
like,
We
Do
are
it for
due
yourself.
hard.
Yeah.
Get back to
Hardcore.
making. I mean, this is selfishly my thing, but making full records that are awesome and have some depth to them.
Hey.
And hopefully they need to be consumed because we always need more music. And
We got what, like 8? Think we can crank out 4 more?
Do it.
Always.
Yeah. All right.
but
We already talked about writing more music. We haven't recorded the other two. We
just wrote that I already forgot. So
Me too.
Yeah.
Craig made demos. He
Have you
sent
heard
them
any
to
of
me.
Bristol to Memories new shit?
not the new stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
They played us some of their new
From
stuff.
what I hear,
Yeah.
it's like
really good.
good, and it's kind of.
I'm surprised that they went right back in this because they just released their record, but they were sitting on that for a minute.
That's already like a year ago, though, right? Year or 2, even.
No, I mean technically,
When did their record
maybe
come out?
almost a year, but they've had it on vinyl for a few months
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
I think the vinyl release came
Is it
with
that
it.
recent?
It's
Am
under
I that
Wiretap.
way out? Like, I've lost all fucking track of
I
time.
know.
So
It's been enough. They are working on a full 12, and I think they're 9 of the 12 now.
Mhm.
And
Like
they're working
2018.
on. They're working on.
yeah, I knew it was already
Really?
over. Yeah.
bullshit.
I think it's
Wake Up?
2018. Wake Up is
Wake
20.
Up's. Wait.
I think that's 18.
No, 'cause, like they
2019?
just kind of
19,
did
okay.
that.
No, Wake Up's 2019.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah, because
So
they did that video shoot at
Wrapped
the
Up's
studio
2018.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm,
and
mhm.
all
Makes
that
a whole lot more
in
sense.
support of that. They played the whole record live at the studio, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool ass video.
Yeah, go look at
Dude.
that video. It was
Cool
Go
recorded
check
at
out those
Maps.
videos. They're so
They're
fun.
really cool.
Yeah.
kinda good.
Super cool.
Yeah.
They're like on 9 of a 12, and they plan on putting the like a licensing catalog together. So
That's right, yeah.
they've picked like different flavors that they want to incorporate to this song, and then they produced it specifically that way.
Huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like, we can write as many punk emo records as we want,
Mhm.
but if we want to land a commercial or something, I think this is where Daniel's voice starts coming in. He's like,
Right.
guys,
Yeah.
we do it a million times,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if we have a couple months, let's just write a bunch of fucking songs.
Right.
And
That
like,
makes sense.
yeah. and
Daniel's
do
a smart
thing.
dude. He's been around the block.
He really
He's
has.
been
Dude, we've been so grateful to work with Wanacott, man. He's
Yeah.
the shit.
He's literally taken our record. He's like, I want to work on this.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
work on this? We're like,
Yeah.
That seems to be
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Dude, fucking, we need more of him. We need so many more.
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the world, people
In the-
just give me this. Give me. I want to work
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to work on this now. Let's
Yep.
get
Shout out
this
that
done.
man. We need to get him in here.
Yeah. For the
We need to
record,
get everyone in here.
he's got the keys to the studio. If you guys need to bust in there.
He's got the key.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got the keys.
Yeah.
He's got the keys.
I think though
He's got
we
the
should
keys.
probably even though we sat through a bunch of the training sessions, we should probably just do a training session with you, and then we'll know.
Yeah, we should learn it.
We'll know ish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then be able
you
to
always
knock out
said that
things.
to us whenever you've been there. You're like, you guys should be paying more attention. And we're like, we know. We're like,
No,
yeah, we
it's-
should.
Those are
But
fun
I'd rather
sessions.
just buy
Yeah.
pizza and
No.
beer for Mike. and
Yeah.
Go to work today. No.
You know what's a bummer is bootleggers because of the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
They're doing okay.
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 They have the patio open still.
Okay.
But you can't order from Two Saucy Brats because they have
Oh.
to
Yeah.
provide their own shit. I'm like,
Right,
no.
right.
I mean, granted, their food is
Yeah.
pretty solid. They have a hot chicken sandwich, it's pretty bomb.
I didn't know they had food at all.
Fair enough.
They kind of just made it happen. They,
Okay.
they
They
rented
kinda
a
had
food,
to, yeah.
food truck and all
Yeah.
that. But,
yeah, a lot of people have been makeshifting it. They're like, just
Mhm.
come. We have
Right.
we're a restaurant now. We have
Yeah.
different rules. Come
Yeah.
on.
Right.
Yeah. But
Damn.
are you still vegan?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
I'm the-
fish vegan.
He's pescatarian.
Cheese
Yeah.
vegan.
But no cheese?
No, I'll
Pesca vegan.
Yeah, I'll cheese. I don't have everything sworn off.
So you're
except-
pescatarian.
I'm just... All I
He's
want is to
Italian,
have
all right,
pizza and
dude?
beer now. That's all I'm thinking about.
Make the call.
Yeah. Guys, buy some beers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nate from Pomona. Nate from Pomona.
Is Myles watching?
Buying us some beer. Yeah.
Order my shit.
No,
Mike ordered the beers.
How long do you think live stream concerts are going to be a fucking thing? Because, honest, we're on number...
We're going to be on 10.
So 20 weeks of it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you...
It feels like 20 weeks.
all over it.
Feels like 20 weeks.
It feels like 10 in a row.
It's like, I don't know. We were talking about this with the studio, and I was just talking to... who was I talking to? Oh, I think Greg. Do you know Greg Anderson? He plays drums for Kilo Bravo. He used to play drums in Fellow Bohemian. Great drummer, good friend.
Okay.
But he was over. We did a drum session for Kilo the other day.
Shout out, Greg.
And
Shout out, Kilo.
Yeah, shout out Kilo.
I got a funny story about Greg. But anyways, we were talking about. He's like, hey, have you tried to do any live stream stuff at the studio? And I was just like, my hang up is I would want to do it like super proper.
Legit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would want to like
do it
get
all
a
out. Yeah.
killer live mix going. I would want to like do broadcast style. It's like
When you go to bed tonight, your brain is just going to attack you with everything wrong with this room, this setup,
Mike.
Yeah.
chain.
You want to know how we've been doing our sound for the past 20 weeks?
I've tuned in a couple.
I know you have, dude. But do you know the setup? Do you know what the
I
actual setup
fought
is?
tooth and nail because I want what I listen to, and then I have to just bring myself down because these guys are like, "Hey, it just is what it is." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What?"
I get it, and like
Yeah.
what really matters is you guys are making content no matter what.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
that's the important
And
part.
This is
System
why you
on.
need to start the podcast.
And at least it
The
sounds
studio.
decent. It sounds
Listen
decent.
to this. This guy, he's like, I want to start a podcast where I'm talking about studio stuff. I'm talking like different episodes.
have you
I'm
not
talking
done this
about
yet?
Yeah,
like,
you should
like different.
Because you see how easy it is here. We do
Yeah, we're
3
using
hours.
58s right now,
Yeah.
and whatever the
3
fuck
hours
that mic
every
is, we
week.
don't even know what that
Every
mic
week.
is.
Like
Yeah.
it's such it's
if
so
this
easy
is
to just be
not
with
a
your
reason
friends.
for you to do it, even at minimum capacity, like
Yeah.
least amount of work,
Do it by
yours
yourself.
is going to sound
Yeah,
a
yours will sound
1,000
better.
times better.
yeah.
You pulled that tube mic with the preamp, and all of a sudden you're back at the seat.
You just do your
in own
ASMR
movie
right
seat.
there.
Yeah. No, but it's just
Get a
like
balloon.
like
Yeah.
I would love to have live stream sessions at the studio.
Yeah.
But it's like what's also really important to me, like business wise,
Right.
is like how do we pay everybody? How
Right.
does everybody make money? And I saw a really good one that Scott Ruth did. He's great. Check out his music. But it was like a $5 tune in kind of thing. And I was talking about that with my business partner, like when we first got quarantined. And it's similar to like UFC fights, dude. They're like the last
Yeah.
pay-per-view
Last
kind
pay-per-view
of
thing.
like
Yeah.
thing. And
It's a good business model.
I think it'd be great, but it's like, so how do you, like, we don't even know, like as a consumer market, like we don't even know what that price is. You know
Isn't
what I
it
mean?
fucked how the music
just
business
guess.
was so
You just
like
guess.
the music business literally got a stick in the spokes,
Dude.
and like as the industry as a whole just not ready for this.
Dude, it's
Not
not even
ready
it's not
at
even music.
all.
It's like the art
the
industry.
world,
Like,
Yeah.
dude, every
Even
aspect
though-
of life.
except for Netflix.
Dude,
Netflix.
musicals, Broadway,
Welcome to
live
Netflix, you're
shows,
greenlit.
jazz, like all that
Yeah.
shit is just now at like halt. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
you guys were living off of 1099s.
Yeah.
Hope you can get some
Don't
unemployment.
get me started about
somehow.
AB5. Do you guys know about that bill that
Yeah.
started?
Oh,
God, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's like,
Don't
I don't
even
even-
get me started on
Don't get me
Yeah.
started, dude.
but yeah, it's like, is it $5 a head? And okay, cool. So you got 100 watchers.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah, hopefully, cool. That's $500. It's like,
What do I charge you per hour?
Yeah.
And then what do you
fuck,
get?
like, you know what I mean?
Fuck.
Like
That's the fuck.
yeah, it's like what?
yeah,
like,
it's gonna cost you $400. You're gonna make $100.
but no, and then it's just like the bands need to get paid like that.
Split between.
All
Dude.
those things are important to me. You know
Uh-huh.
what I
Of
mean?
course.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it if I was the only one. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that covers the studio time.
Yeah.
What? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, no, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Like, that's
I get
dumb.
it. No, you're right.
And
Yeah,
it's like, but
it's
it's.
a controversial.
I'm
Yeah.
confident that we're not going to be able to go to shows when we think we are.
No,
Unfortunately.
it's gonna last a whole lot longer than we
we
think.
have a show in
2 days.
3 days.
3 days. 3
3
days.
days.
No, it's
It's canceled.
Yeah,
It's
it's
canceled.
There's no
But
way
it's
going
like,
through.
so I'm confident that
We
we're
went in
gonna be able to
knowing it
figure
was
this
gonna
out.
get canceled.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out, and
Gotta find something.
we got so many talented people like in this industry, and we do incredible things in live shows. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you this, but I accidentally helped set up that Tupac thing at Coachella like years ago.
Sweet.
Like, that was incredible.
The
Yeah.
fucking
Accidentally? What do you
hologram.
mean accidentally?
Yeah, did you just drop some knowledge
The
on us that
hologram?
we need a whole story
How do you
now?
accidentally
The
that?
first time I met
Yeah,
Tupac.
okay. Yeah, the first time I met Ray Charles.
No, Tupac.
Yeah, the first time I met Tupac.
Ray Charles.
So you happened,
No. Sorry,
you happened to have a hologram on you.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that
you just
is this
had it in your
I was
back
like,
pocket.
oh, you want Tupac? Cool, I got it right here.
Got
guys
it.
want Tupac?
I got it.
Yeah. No, you just derailed it, and we need to immediately.
Wait, Coachella was at 17?
12. No, I know that. I was there.
That
It was 12.
2012, yeah.
I was at that. I
12.
saw that happen. I saw you at work. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Unless you saw that. Did you see the Radiohead set?
Yes, of course.
So you saw me tear that down.
Yeah. Of course, I saw Radiohead. That's the reason I was there. Was
I got the Radiohead cruise shirt. It's pretty sick. I thought about selling that on eBay so many times.
They did
like,
a cruise,
dude. No,
What?
Radiohead cruise shirt.
Oh, cruise shirt.
Yeah,
T-shirt.
Crew.
Yeah.
I thought you said cruise. I was like, Radiohead.
Because like Radiohead fans get fucking nerdy.
Yes, they do.
They go heavy.
Nerdcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got the bear on it and
Yeah.
everything. I'll show you guys one of these. But,
Hashtag Radiohead culture.
yeah.
Radiohead is a
Um,
culture.
No, are we telling that story now?
Yes.
Yeah. No, we're just going to hint at it and then just leave it alone.
Yeah. This is where the episode
and
ends.
the next time you're on in a year from now, we'll...
Cliffhanger.
Yeah. And now for the exciting conclusion of Mike sets up Tupac.
Yeah.
So when's Coachella? In April? I think
Yeah,
it's usually
April.
in April, right?
No, it's
Yeah.
420. 420 weekend. That's when I
Oh,
went.
what do you know about that?
Yep, yep, yep.
What do you know
So-
about it?
That was the first year that did 2 weekends too.
Really?
Yeah, 2000. I went to both 11 and 12. Privilege corner. Woo!
Hey!
Yeah, I went to both 11 and 12, and 11 was the last one.
I think I went to 11,
Mm-hmm.
and then I worked 12, and then that was my last Coachella go.
Yep.
But no, so I was playing in a cover band that day, and we were playing like a school gig down in San Diego,
Oh, shit.
and
That day.
so it was that day.
Whoa.
And so I think I think that was a Saturday night, or was it Friday night?
Radiohead would have been Saturday. Tupac would have been Sunday.
Okay.
So jealous.
Yep.
So like that Saturday I had a gig, and it was
Yeah.
like, like a, I don't know, 3 p.m. downbeat or something. It's like just after school, kind of a corporate.
How long is that fucking drive though?
So hold on.
Sorry.
I didn't know I was
Yeah.
driving. So
Yeah.
I was like,
My
I got
apologies.
this gig down in San Diego.
Yeah.
And I was playing with some old friends and doing some cover shit, and and I get a call like on one of the breaks from a production company that I work for, and they're like, "Hey, last minute, but do you want to work Coachella tonight?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Tonight?" They're like, "Yeah, you need to be there by, what was it?"
Radiohead
Midnight.
would have. Ooh, tearing down.
And I was like, yeah. I got a gig here at the San Diego thing till like 8 or something like that. Then I got to drive back. So like I think I was carpooling with some of the band or something like that or whatever.
Music hustle.
And I was just like,
Fuck yes.
fuck, how am I going to do this?
Double
I was
header.
Like, wiped. And I knew.
Yeah.
And so then I started finding out that the shift is midnight to 10 a.m. Like 10-hour shift, like straight through
Yeah.
the night.
Uh-huh.
You
Well, I
know?
hope you got a good night's rest.
And I was just like,
Night
holy
Of
before.
cocaine.
So I don't
You
know
got a
how.
Good nice rest of cocaine.
I don't know how this came to mind or how I coerced my friends to do this,
Uh-huh.
but this was so this was still in the infancy of Big Monsta.
Okay.
Okay.
To 12. Yeah.
Bringing this all parallel
Yeah.
Mike's life thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So that guy Zach, who was originally the other member of Big Monsta, it was just Jimmy and Zach.
Uh-huh.
Old friends. So we all played together in middle school.
Okay, yeah.
You know, Zach was in another band in that middle school photo that I showed you. So like, and then we
Rival bands in middle school?
and then we joined a band together.
Battle of the
It's like, oh, that guy's pretty good. Like, let's take him from that other shitty band.
Yeah.
And Zach has family out in Palm Springs. So somehow I convinced Jimmy and Zach. I said, I'll pay you guys like $80 to drive me out
To the desert.
so I could sleep on the way there. Because I didn't get home till like 10 p.m. or whatever. And then need to like turn. And I shit, I think I
So
like
then you took a
grabbed-
power nap.
just like,
Or in the car,
You
in
know
the
that
car.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you could sleep in that car.
I
Yeah.
couldn't sleep till I was on the 10.
Yeah. Right.
you
And then
know?
it was
Yeah.
smooth sailing.
Yeah, and then I'm like, out.
Yeah.
And so then I get there and like the check-in, and mind you, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was
You
like,
just got a
be
call,
there,
yeah.
be there at midnight.
Fuck.
And it was for a different company. There's a total shithole company,
Oh,
by
no.
the way. But
Oh, no.
they're like, you got to check in at this
Oh,
hotel.
Uh-huh.
And so here I had Jimmy, and this is before Jimmy doesn't drink. I don't know if you know this, but this is when
Didn't
he was
know
still drinking.
Okay.
And we were like 21, 22 or something like that. And so the whole move was like they drop me off at midnight at this hotel. I check in. They go crash
in the room.
No, they go crash at Zach's grandma's house or something.
Oh,
like that.
Even better.
And they like rage all night. Yes. I'm like, don't be late. Pick me up here at 10 a.m. They're like, all right, yeah, no worries. So they go party it up together, just them two. I hop in this van, and it's like next to all these like tweakers, man, like sunglasses on at midnight. You know what I mean? You're in this tinted out van. They slap some like fucking wristband on me, and these guys are like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my god,
you're in the desert.
Like, what is going on? Yeah. And I'm like, all right, sweet. And I knew nobody, and I was just like, fuck. And so I'm like going, and we go through all these gates, and you know Coachella, like, it's like
it's hot as fuck.
It's a blur.
It's like 80 degrees.
Yeah, like, what is going on? Like, this is so like,
it's closer to Burning Man than it is,
especially
Bonnaroo
on that side of the gates.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's,
when the patrons have left, it's its own city there.
But it was still
India.
Still full
You're
on
in India.
Yeah, it was still full on going at midnight.
Yeah,
because I think they shut it down around like
he probably ended around like 12:30.
Yeah. So then I'm like going, you see kind of the backstages, and then it's weird driving behind the stages, and you're like, oh, I forget who the big pop headliner was.
Well, that would have been Radiohead that night if that's Saturday night. At that time, at midnight, that's Radiohead.
But then I'm kind of like, I wonder who's playing. And we were like watching the live stream when we were on, like, I think Arctic Monkeys played that year or something like that. And we were just like, you know, okay, who's playing? I was like trying to like map it on my head, but I was so fucking tired. I was like, what's going on? And then I hear Everything in Its Right Place. Is that
Yeah.
And it was like do-do-do-dum, go. I was like, what? Stop it. Like, this is your stop. I was like, no fucking shit. I'm like a big Radiohead fan.
Yeah.
And I pull up side stage, and they're like, boom, here's our t-shirt, like Radiohead crew. And I was just like, oh. So I got to watch like the last chunk.
I'm awake.
That would have been.
I swear I'm awake.
I think that closed their set.
Yeah.
Their set before the encore.
Yeah. Yep. And
so
it
you
was
still
like,
get to see the encore.
Yep. So I got to see the whole encore. And then they're like, all right, like you're on the video crew. So then I worked with their crew. I think their whole crew's like Scottish or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
And
sure.
So it would be. Is this weekend one or weekend two? Or is it both?
I just did the one night.
The Scots, they do a good job for a fair price.
They didn't offer you back next week, did they?
No.
Okay.
But it was just like one of those things where...
Because I was at weekend too.
Now I'm tearing down all of Radiohead, and they had... I don't know if you remember that, this cool backdrop that was all water bottles.
The tilty shit
and they
too.
Had the movie so I put all those away.
Sweet.
And that was like all like custom like cool screens that were on motors and shit. And I was
an artist in France actually designed it, and
they have had the same guy. They've had the same set designer for years.
Yeah,
they have.
Of course they have.
Yeah.
But it was all custom pinned, and like it was really cool. But
damn.
So I was just like, wow, this is rad. So we strike that, and then they don't tell us, you know, cool, this is the next move, and just my work flow, I guess, is the way I work. Like, I'm not used to taking like breaks or like lunches or anything like that. So the next shit, you know, we loaded up the Radiohead semis.
Right.
The other semis came in probably at like 2:30, 3
or
whatever it was.
Around 3-ish.
You're prepping for the next day now. Yeah.
And so we're prepping for the next day. And that was a trip to see just Coachella empty
sure.
on the main stage.
Yeah.
Just
empty
like
polo ground.
Like,
lots of trash.
Dude,
yeah.
Disgusting.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And I'm just
Piss
like, wow,
trash.
what a trip.
Yeah.
Like, I was just playing at fucking middle school in San Diego.
At like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You're like, that was today?
Yeah. So weird. And
that's amazing.
And so then I start putting the pieces together that we're doing, what was it, Dr. Dre and Snoop?
Yeah.
And
with Tupac.
Well, yeah. And so they had all these props. They had this cool, this is the first time I ever seen like riser that comes out from another stage being built, and that was cool, and they were testing that. Cool. I almost fell through the fucking hole.
Sick.
So we did that whole thing. They had these big like truss towers roll in that looked like you know, like on the side of the freeway they got the big like metal structures that hold the power lines up. It looked kind of like that, you know.
Yeah.
And one of those motherfucking tweaker guys was the crane op.
Fuck.
And I was like, God damn it. Like, and so he's bringing it in, and everybody's being a dipshit, and I was just doing my thing, and I skipped lunch, and all of a sudden I'm like the dude for Dr. Dre and Snoop's crew. They're like, oh, you're the only one that didn't take lunch. Like, you're the guy. So like, And like I'm like, so the thing's coming in. I'm trying to land it on the stage and bolt it.
The tweaker is putting a pillar on a crane, and you're catching it.
Yeah, so it's like
You're just
coming in.
guiding it. Yeah,
The
yeah.
taker is guiding it in.
Yeah,
you
with
guide it
his
in.
review.
Yeah.
You played San Diego earlier.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And,
That's the guy they have watching it.
so we're like doing this. I don't know if you guys ever set up truss, but you got to like
Hell no.
put 4 bolts in.
Anyone?
Nope.
No.
So you just bolt it.
Yeah.
But I was going to bolt it, and I was like, hold. And then a washer dropped, and I went to go put my hand to go grab it, and between the two, like the piece that was falling down and the base of it, and this motherfucker just goes, bink, and just drops the whole thing, and it almost fucking like falls on the stage, and I pulled my hand out, and I was like, fuck you, and I started flipping out on this guy, because he almost fucking smashed my whole hand. And I was just like, oh my God, like what is going on? So I like walk away, and I was like, I'm not doing, like, that's not my gig.
Yes, this is someone else.
Lunchtime.
Will you go to lunch?
And so I think I actually did at that point, like went in like snacks and food.
Yeah.
And come back, and they have this gigantic frame laid out on the stage. Like it's like the width of the stage and maybe like half of the stage deep. And it looks like a big screen frame, like something like a projection screen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh. And it's just so weird how these things, like, I got hired to do it, and then nobody told me shit.
Right. Yeah.
Of
course.
course.
Like, you have the gig. Now what?
Yeah. Here, just
here's
don't-
your IKEA.
Don't be that fucking tweaker guy. Like, that's like
Don't be the tweaker guy.
And
Yeah. That's the bar. Don't be tweaking.
Like you didn't take a break, so you were in charge.
Yeah,
That tells me everything I need to know.
saying.
Like,
and so,
Don't be a tweaker guy.
It's amazing Coachella happens at all.
I know, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But anyway, so basically what they did was, it was just like, I don't know if you can imagine this, but like, say your
I can imagine a lot. Don't. I can imagine
say you're
a lot.
stage right,
Okay.
looking on stage, right?
Yeah.
You guys are the audience.
Yeah.
The screen thing is like laying flat on the stage.
Right.
And they're like, all right, we need to rig this. So we put chain motors down, rigged it onto the frame of this screen looking thing, but it was actually a lens that was curved, like a contact lens.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah.
And so we rigged it, and then it went up. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it hung in the rafters, like, of the stage grid.
Yeah.
At an angle. So, like, here's the stage. And it hung up,
No
revealing production
shit.
secrets.
Cool. Yeah.
And
Hollywood
so-
magic.
We rigged that, and then up in the fly space of the stage, there is a special projector that shines through that lens, and that lens creates holograms. So that's
Fantastic.
why,
You raised Tupac.
Yeah.
so that's how I
gives
didn't
you
know what I
depth
was setting up.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like, it was still a huge secret.
Yeah, right.
You know,
They didn't tell
because you
anybody.
remember that dropped. It was like
Yeah,
mind-blowing.
man.
Yeah.
Dude.
You can't like Twitter like, oh my God, setting up Tupac right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
You can't.
No one would know what you even meant.
Yeah.
No one would
Like,
even
no
yeah.
way.
What's this?
Thumbs down.
What's
Yeah.
this stupid lens thing I just fucking
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much, and like I was pissed because
Right.
the guy almost smashed my hand. Still, you know what I mean? Like,
Fuck that guy with the
And so
lens thing.
we
Wait
got-
a second.
But it's interesting though because they did it 2 weekends,
Wait a
right?
second, wait a
So
second, wait.
by that point, people knew on the second
Yeah,
weekend.
but you're telling
Sorry.
me that wasn't Tupac? That was
no, he
that
just was booked for both days.
that was
They went.
It was
it
booked
was
for-
just booked.
yeah,
Yeah,
They
yeah.
went to
He was-
Elvis
yeah.
Island
Oh, I see.
and they got Tupac.
It was live via satellite. Is what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
telling
yeah.
me.
They just
Oh, okay.
phoned him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense why he sounded so good to the recording.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very on click.
But yeah, I mean, so
That's
we
fucking
rigged
rad.
that up, and that's why it was the width of the stage and about half deep, so you could
Yeah, it
create
makes
the
sense,
space
right?
so that they could.
Yeah.
That's
It
so
makes total
cool.
sense. And so, mind you, like sunrise comes, I finished that. I finished the Dr. Dre Tupac set.
fucking sunrise comes.
But it's
Right.
interesting because they were the headliners,
Right.
so all that was staged
Beginning of the day.
Way
Yeah.
at the beginning of the day,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Almost
they
like
have to get all the
17 hours
other
ahead, right?
gigantic
Mhm.
bands
Yeah,
to
yeah.
work around
I
that
wonder who.
set.
I don't remember who else was that day.
I don't
though.
either.
Yeah. Fuck.
But so I go back to the fucking hotel. 10
Yeah.
a.m. rolls around. Like, where the fuck is Jimmy and Zach? And I show up and I shoot. You know, it was the most like rock and roll moment I think I've had with Jimmy. He's sitting shotgun. I go in the back. We're like in a shitty like 99 Civic or Corolla
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And how was it? And I was like, I don't know. I set up this weird lens thing. You know, blah blah whatever. and he hands me like a half-drinking bottle of Jack. And he's like, "Go to bed." And so I'm sitting in the back of the fucking thing, just like Jack out of the bottle, like, and just like pass out in the back of this shitty. And they like, you know, just get me home, and I just crash, and then I wake up at like my sleep schedule's fucked by then.
Nowhere.
So I wake up at like 11 o'clock that night, and I hop on Facebook. Tupac!
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
What? Okay.
I did that.
I'm like, holy shit, what
So
just
you must have done
happened?
weekend 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
was
even
like,
better. Yeah.
Oh my god, like, what did
So much
Dude,
better.
that's pretty
yeah.
fucking rad.
like, you know what I mean?
Did this?
The last thing I remember, I was
Yeah.
covering Adele at this middle school.
Yeah.
You know?
It's insane that
Fantastic.
Kick,
Like,
kick.
Dude,
You know which song.
Yeah.
dude, stage production is like a universal language because otherwise someone that made that and just gave it to someone else had no fucking clue about stage like work, they would not be
Yeah.
able to replicate what you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the fact that they could just go like, all right, this is how it's gonna work. Like, hope you can
If the
XYZ
tweaker
it.
and the crane had done that job, Tupac wouldn't have happened. that
Exactly.
night.
Tupac would have been
Have you ever
smashed.
been to Stonehenge? Have you ever been to Stonehenge? The triptychs are 20 feet high. You can stand 4 men up them.
It's not your job to be as
Forget
confused.
this. Fuck the napkin.
Well, it's not your job to be as confused as Nigel, is it?
Your job isn't to be as and they just look at Nigel like
Yeah, he's just a little sad.
yeah.
I do not think that's
Spinal
a problem.
Tap. Our lives revolve
get
around
it.
Spinal
Once
Tap.
Yeah.
once the thought enters the brain, you do the entire
Mike,
bit. Yeah.
during Big Bear weekend for my birthday, I watched it. I woke up singing a song by Spinal Tap. So that night we watched the movie
Okay.
on my birthday, obviously.
Before Craig was there.
The next night, Craig comes up with his lady. We watch it again. Sunday, we go down to downtown Big Bear with all the
Downtown
ladies.
Big Bear, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a
And
thing.
then we recite
Yeah.
at the brewery a third of the fucking movie to the point where our ladies were just like, what the fuck is going on? They watched it 2 nights in a row. And they're
All of a sudden
still
you guys are all
repeating.
single?
Yeah. Yeah, we were damn near. The cool thing about Big Bear is they gave you masks.
yeah,
there's 2
they had free
spots,
masks.
Like
stations.
downtown's only an L, right?
Yeah.
And 2 spots where they're just like mask.
That's
So-
what Amy works at REI, and that's
Oh,
what
shit.
that's what they have to do. They have face shields in case. Oh, that's me. Thank you. They
Face
even
shields.
have face shields for those who can't breathe with masks,
Mhm.
Okay.
and it was so funny.
Wow.
Yeah,
That got twisted so fast in my brain. Okay.
but yeah, I had to drop her off at work today again because we're down to 1 car.
Yeah.
And before I even got to the studio, she's just like, well, had to call the cops already. And it's just
What?
like, it's one of those things, dude, where the same dude from last week that they called the cops on for not wearing a mask
Came back without a mask.
showed up and
Yeah.
walked in the door. Like, and the way she described it is he busted in. He's like, I'm back, bitches.
Yeah.
Call the cops again. Like,
Yeah.
just to like prove a point.
He just wanted to go back to jail. He needs more free meals.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say
they
you need a
can't,
place
they're
to
not
stay
going to
or
arrest him. The
something.
cops show up and be like, yeah, you got to leave.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Thanks
like,
for disrupting all these people who have no
Right.
like
Steak.
like
Yeah,
REI's a
in this,
co-op.
yeah.
Like,
they're following fucking rules. Why
Yeah.
are you messing
they're-
with people
they're
who are
giving
following
you a free
rules?
mask
Yeah.
to be able to shop for bullshit
Right.
outdoor equipment that has nothing to do with
It's really a study in human compassion.
Yeah, go get your goddamn MRE and get the fuck out of here, Charles. The Vietnam War
Yeah,
was
yeah.
over 10 years ago.
Oh, I love. Did you see that meme that I tried to send you and then had to describe?
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna describe another meme I saw
yeah,
today
good
because
luck.
sharing. Anyway, it had Vietnam's COVID stats. It was like 360 cases, 0 deaths. Then it had our stats, over 3 million cases, over 100,000 deaths, and it said, "Guys, it's time to look at the scoreboard. I think it says 2-0." Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom out a little, people.
I posted that Huntington Beach thing where all those idiots were just being idiots.
Yeah.
And someone still posted like things from the CDC that said that masks don't do anything.
Right, I know.
I'm just like, dude, how long do we need to be in it?
Right.
That if we're in fucking public,
Yeah.
you need to wear a goddamn mask. Like, I'm at work at U-Haul, I wear a mask all fucking day. There's
Right.
also plastic shields between me and you.
Mhm.
But still, do you know how many times I've been at the desk with my mask on and I see someone spit onto the fucking thing?
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfection.
We need
Yeah,
it.
it's like,
It went
dude,
pretty hard.
how stupid are you that you need to keep being in your fucking
Little
echo
bubble.
chambers?
Just a little bubble.
Dude, they're just in echo. Facebook echo chambers.
Yeah.
More importantly,
they exist.
you've told me probably about 5 times that you work at U-Haul,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I choose to forget every time.
Yeah, you should.
I think
You should
it's-
continue.
I think it's fucking so classic. It's like a King of the Hill episode that like
Yeah.
you play rock and roll
Yeah.
and you're a huge pothead and you
I
work at U-Haul.
I pump propane.
I need to watch
Mike.
more King of the Hill because
Mike,
you're 100%
I
right.
pump
Yeah.
propane. All right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm
He
totally
does
a King of the
pump
Hill
propane.
guy.
Yeah.
I am a
Got a beer
huge
and a
King of the
bowl.
Hill fan.
I need to watch more.
Spadley, dude. Norm can play that so good on the guitar too.
That song's fast.
It is
Dude,
very
The
fast.
Refreshments, great,
Yep.
great track.
Yeah.
Great,
It's
great
called the
track.
refresh. They're called the refreshments.
Here it is.
Cheers.
It's the final.
This is the last. Oh, this is the
Mike,
last
we're
of
sending
the
our
knob.
clinks
We
over to you,
did
bud.
it. Oh my god.
Oh, we made physical-
I remember my first time clinking.
It's one for the homies. It's one for the homies.
I mean,
well, you have the old school.
we haven't. That was our first one all night.
Yeah, right.
I just
It is,
wasn't
yeah.
sure if I could approach.
This bitters is the celery bitters.
I'm honored, sir.
I do like celery bitters.
No joke.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, this is the celery bitters. So if you've noticed
much
any
to it.
difference in any of these rounds,
You know what the difference is? More salt.
yeah, as you smell it, like it's already like sulfury kind of deal. Yeah.
It rounds off the caramel edge a little.
That's the
Little
one
bit.
thing I haven't gone into was bitters
Ah.
for
Did you put any in this
quarantine
one?
cocktails. I love bitters. I just have I never
Quarantine
fucking buy 'em.
cocktails.
Oh yeah.
Have you been? Come on, man.
Well, and then I found
We're
out
on the last
so
drink.
late into this. Why
Yeah,
didn't you
yeah.
tell
I
us
was
about
just like,
quarantine
God damn
cocktails?
it. No,
Yeah.
I was whipping them up, dude. I was like getting my margaritas down.
Oh,
We were
margaritas!
Wait, when did you start? Okay, quarantine started, and you're like, I'm
Oh,
going to
this
start
fiery
making myself some cocktails? Because some
Yeah.
people just like started picking up like 30 packs from the grocery store.
Well, no, that's
Right.
how it started. But then Amy and I think, both had enough like 3-hour games of Monopoly, just us two.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's
3-hour
like,
games
Oh,
with Monopoly.
I've been
us
there.
two.
yeah,
That's fun.
and it was just like it started to be like
Like
relationship
Glee so hard.
issues.
Yeah,
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 I was just like,
right,
God
right.
damn it, babe!
Yeah.
I am financially responsible. You know, shit like that.
Right, right.
And I think it was one of those things where, like, you know, most heavy drinkers, it's like, okay, we got to make this.
Mm-hmm.
We got to elevate this a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
So I started getting the cocktail thing, and then she got pregnant.
And now you're just
Well,
making
now you're
your
back
own
to
cocktails.
Monopoly. Yeah.
So
Well,
then I started
now that
getting into
booze you bought-
mocktails
Mocktails.
for her.
Wait, so you're making yourself a cocktail and her making her a mocktail of the same
Of the
drink?
same.
Most of the time, she's actually been a little bit on the watermelon kick.
Okay.
I'm bypassing that train personally.
Did you tried a couple cocktails with it, but then
Yeah,
said
like
this
a
is
watermelon
you?
margarita. I'm just kind of like, this.
Oh, I love me a watermelon marg,
Well,
man.
I don't know.
Well, he
I
gets
love me a
old
watermelon.
fashioned.
Yeah.
She gets Shirley Temple.
Yeah, right.
He gets a margarita.
Uh-huh.
She gets Shirley Temple. He gets a vodka
He
tonic.
gets a martini.
Shirley Temple.
Yeah, dude, I've been doing it up for her. And
I do a mean Shirley Temple.
dude,
Shirley's, man.
really, what the
Shirley's
key is
all
for the
day.
mocktails.
I'll
if you-
still go for a
if you do
Shirley.
enough fresh lime juice, everything tastes a little boozy.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
The
Oh,
citrus
yeah,
will
yeah, yeah.
totally
That
take
over
over.
citrus kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, when acid reflux can't kick in, that's where you want to be.
but
You've installed like a bar gun where it's just shitty 7-Up and cloudy water.
you
Yeah.
know, and then I, again, like I said, my cousin lives next door. Her and her husband are both vegan, sober, and I'm very proud of them for that. All that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
you know, like being next door neighbors, it's always one of those things. Like we're having drinks and they're not, and so I was like, "Oh, great! Like I'm already making mocktails, so here we go." And so I started making them some, and then they're giving me feedback. Like, "Oh, I didn't like this one," and you know.
Yeah.
So I started getting kind of like nerdy with it, and
There you
then
go.
I'm at the point now where I'm just like, man, like I'm blistering my hands from lime juice. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta slow it down a little bit.
Dude,
so.
why can't I hold all these limes, dude?
Just start
Too
getting
many
into start getting
mocktails.
into Bloody Marys and let's get a can of V8 every time. Just put like a carrot in there and a fucking piece of celery and a piece of parsley.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You guys love Blood Marys, right? Right?
I got the spicy one this time. You guys love it.
Have you upped
Rhubarb.
Have you upped your game in any specific area? Martinis, margaritas, you said?
Yeah, you specialize in like one.
You know-
What's your best cocktail you've made?
Well, I mean,
Are you making the mocktails and then just spiking yours?
sort of kind of? It's got to that point where I'm just
Okay.
like, fuck,
Okay.
I'm really drinking alone.
Yeah, what is this?
So now,
Fuck.
now I've dialed back down my.
You're enjoying a mocktail. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I was just like, I think it was the tequila train that we got. I mean, we did do some good mojitos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amy was kind of craving those.
You're pummeling
pre-
shit, dude.
Pre
Yeah.
pregos.
Yeah.
And,
Mojitos are fun.
But yeah, muddling shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
doing the mint thing and
Yeah.
all that. But
Mint is like a very palatable herb that people don't think they want to drink or eat.
oh, did we eat the whole
So-
thing?
Yeah.
So
Like,
refreshing.
Yeah,
Oh.
privileged corner. My mom's growing it in the garden.
yeah, we planted
Yeah.
ours in the windowsill, and we were
It'll
picking it
take
off
over
fresh.
everything.
We're doing that whole deal. You know, she's
Yeah.
Italian. We went to Italy. They do
Yeah.
it there.
Yeah.
You know?
Prego.
Yeah,
There you go.
very prego.
Yeah, very prego. Prego.
We're not talking about
Soup
the sauce.
and
here, though.
Embarazado.
Prego. Do you guys have any you say super Italian, so it puts me into the zone of the aperitifs and digestives of the world.
Ooh,
And
Aperol Spritz,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, Aperols are pretty good.
Aperol
Yeah.
Spritz.
if there's
Oh
nothing,
man, fuck.
unless we have someone who just doesn't drink on this podcast, we can probably still talk about any kind of
we'll
music.
make mocktails.
However, anyone that drinks Aperol Spritz, sell me on this.
You never had one?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck!
man.
You want to come over? I'm drinking alone. You
Yeah.
come over to the house.
Sell me on this.
I'll make you one.
I'll bring late. We'll actually have 4 people on a board game. Okay?
We can do that.
We can do that. And we have a bunch of board games. She loves board games.
Fuck yeah! I never met your lady.
She's a joy.
She's very easy.
Yeah.
a
I'm
joy.
sure.
She's one of the
Yeah, there's no way that you'll be mad.
You're in a room.
You'll
She's
be
in a
overwhelmed.
corner. And yeah. Yeah.
Still making snide comments every now and then.
Yeah.
Nikki will never
never
make
had
you feel
Aperol Spritz?
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
No, I never
You've had
Aperol
one.
Spritz.
I was in Italy last year.
Never
dude.
had
Yeah.
Spritz?
Yeah.
Where'd you go in
Absolutely.
Italy?
I walked from Florence
Gene.
to Assisi.
Oh.
Oh,
That's what these are from.
Wait, so
we don't. I've told this story already.
Oh,
but
Yeah,
so-
dude, that's his Jesus beads.
yeah, these are my
Jesus beads, cheese beads. So Aperol is the
Cheese beads.
Cheese
liqueur and the Spritz
Aperol
is
is
just
a bitters, first of all.
Okay.
yeah. Have you
It's
had
a citrus
Campari?
bitters.
Campari, yeah.
So it's
Yeah, it's an orange version of Campari type
yeah.
thing.
I don't
Yeah.
even. Yeah, I don't know what you would. What is Campari?
I think it's those are both technically called bitters.
But they're
From
they're-
Wikipedia. I'm
Wait,
looking
do
at
they
Well, no, they're
Wikipedia.
aperitifs.
But
Right,
they
yeah, but
hold
They're
alcohol.
like herbal tonic aperitif.
Well,
not tonic,
aperitif
but
just means
herbal,
something
yeah.
you drink before dinner.
So they
Yeah.
technically cordials as far as alcohol
Sure, let's go with
goes?
cordials.
Because bitters don't have any alcohol.
Because what's
For the
so
most-
then what's
Yeah, they do.
digestives?
Oh,
That's
what's
post dinner.
I know,
So that's
what's-
like
yeah.
limoncello.
Yeah.
Limoncello is sweeter.
or a port or
Yeah.
it's
What's
usually
Fernet?
sweetness. Fernet. Oh.
I think that's
Fernet
a
is just wild card.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say,
know what I mean?
where does
Like,
that
could
fit
be
in?
either, I think. Could
Yeah.
be
I actually
before
like
or
Fernet.
after.
I got a bottle
Yeah.
of that for Gene for his birthday, and every time I get it for him, I'm just like, please. I bought him a shirt one year,
Mhm.
and then this year I got him a bottle. I was like, I do not want any of it.
It's just when you put it in front of your nose, like nail polish remover.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Dude,
what that is.
I dig it.
If you want to, if you want to go on a
Mezcal,
journey,
you already said. Yeah,
Dude.
okay.
Oh wait.
it's a journey in a drink.
Yeah.
Like you taste it, and then you're like, I'm here, and then I'm flowing through these taste buds that end up over here, and we're going over a mountain. And then
All
back
right,
into
This,
Okay.
this
It
man
never
knows
stops,
China.
dude.
This man knows China.
Ooh.
Have you ever drunk Baiju?
That's dead.
Describe
rats.
it to me, and I might have.
It
because
tastes like gasoline.
Oh wait,
Yes.
that's what you got me for my birthday.
I did.
Yeah.
I did have it.
yeah.
I did have it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tastes like a sweet smell of gasoline.
Mhm.
It's in
Tastes
a red,
like- yeah, yeah.
square.
Well, at least
bottle.
that one.
Yeah. That's just the bottle, but yeah,
Have you
that's
been
that
to-
brand.
I know we talked about this. Have you been to China?
I went in 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
China.
Privilege corner. Privilege corner.
China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Student ambassador
Yeah.
type fucking
Gotcha.
rich kid shit.
Um,
Yeah.
Gun to your head, favorite drink in the world, go.
like alcoholic drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, beverage.
Sarsaparilla.
Non-alcoholic or alcoholic.
A good sarsaparilla always
Really?
gets me.
No, okay,
Yeah,
let's say
alcoholic.
alcoholic.
Yeah, alcoholic.
Alcoholic.
I think if I had to die on the island, it'd be beer.
What kind of beer?
IPA.
I'm a pretty accepting beer consumer.
Okay.
Wait a second.
That's
so
a very different scenario.
If I
Yes.
gave you Heineken Zero,
That's not beer.
That's not beer.
Heineken-
sorry, it,
okay, hang
not
on.
to me
So,
either.
yeah,
but
yeah.
we
go
did
from
it. It's not.
so from Keystone Light to Belching Beaver's Oatmeal Stout. Any beer.
Over
I
all
would-
liquor?
I would. Well,
It's too
I
big.
think-
Beer
It's
is
too-
too
yeah.
big.
I think it's one of those things to where
That's what she said.
Too big.
It is
that
too
that
big.
would be the longevity of enjoying
Ah.
beer.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if I- if-
sustainability. Right. Yeah.
Playing the long game.
Yeah.
If it was gun to my head, liquor, bourbon for
Mhm.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's two different scenarios, right? One
But-
for the rest of your life, one drink, and you're about to die.
But even but even the
the
best
last drink.
the best beer over the best bourbon.
Ooh, there's some pretty awesome bourbon.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Desert Island gun to your head, like your last drink. Like I want to
Last
really,
last
really-
drink bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah.
A specific bourbon?
Ooh.
Has there been one that you've drank in your life and you're like, this is I would buy this if I had the money. I'd buy this if I knew where it came from. Things like that.
Most of the bourbons I've had, I've been lucky to have the bottle available.
Yeah.
It's not just it's not like I'm going like buying a shot of Pappy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That whole thing.
No, you
Right.
spent time with the bourbon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think for the relatively attainable bourbons that I've had, you had E.H. Colonel Taylor.
I don't even know.
Colonel Taylor, no.
Yeah, it's
I haven't been in the
pretty
war yet.
solid. My friend Jimmy Bartling got a bottle for me for my birthday at High Times.
Colonel
And
Taylor.
it's just
High times for the
I know.
win.
High
it's
times all day, dude.
anywhere from $60 to $80 depending
Okay.
on where you go. Not fucking
right.
outrageous.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've had some really expensive scotches, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
A go-to.
right.
Yeah.
But in terms of something that I feel like I've had more than just a little fucking taster of, and something I've had a whole bottle of.
You've experienced,
You
yeah.
enjoyed versus just
just
been
so
able to be a
consistently
part
good.
of.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Hey, yeah. Drinking's fun.
Colonel Taylor.
Yeah.
Dude, the way that
Put it
you
in
brought
your
it to me
Google.
though,
Well, I'm going to hear this
Safari
episode
thing.
back, too.
Yeah, we have to add yours.
I don't remember.
the way that you
Colonel Taylor.
the way that you described it though, if you brought me the best beer in the world or a little mixed drink,
Which is Pliny.
I would rather have that
The best
shot,
mixed drink?
that pint and ice cold, exactly how it should be. I would take a beer over any mixed drink.
What beer?
Wow.
What beer is it for you?
I mean, if you brought me a fucking ice cold,
Gun
fresh
to your head. Last
Pliny,
drink. What is
sure.
it? Pliny?
Give me a Pliny.
Oh.
I don't know, man. Beer is.
I know.
Last
That's
drink
a
gun to your
deep-
head.
I'm just thinking
Beer's deep.
Dude,
I mean,
I-
that's like
I'm-
saying what's your favorite rock band.
Dude,
You know what I
right.
mean?
I was
It's
gonna
just
say
like,
you can get to so
I
many
can at
levels of
least
detail
narrow
on
it
this
down.
thing.
When you just say beer, you're talking natty
I mean,
ice.
Lizard's
or,
Mouth?
or Saint Bernardus.
Lizard's
Mouth's
Mouth's really
12.
good.
But you can also
beer.
break it down by
Oh.
last drink versus favorite drink. This is a
Oh.
lot of layers
But
here.
what
Yeah.
I'm thinking is if I'm gonna die, I want to sit there and
You
enjoy
are
as much as I
about
want.
to die.
If I have
Yeah.
a mixed drink, this is a mixed drink. We had 4 of them.
Mhm.
They're 3 sips.
Yeah.
I want a fucking pint of just hearty
Sit
gold.
and nurse it.
Awesome. Where I can just
Let it get warm. Yeah.
But
Yeah, by the time you're done, it is warm.
I guess I'm thinking more like Pirates of the Caribbean scene where Johnny Depp's stranded.
Dude,
And he's like, "Where's
right.
all the rum?"
Yeah.
Why is all the
Just
rum
as
gone?
much
I
as
had the
you
bottle
want.
of bourbon.
It's always gone.
All right.
I'm
If
gonna
it was
get.
all you
I'm gonna
wanted,
get over that hump.
Yeah,
Versus
I mean, you're gonna keep drinking the
dude,
whole bottle.
If it was I get a bottle, then I do want a 1692 pirate ship rum that no one has ever been able to find.
Right.
It just
Yeah,
is
no,
there.
I
I'm
dug it
just-
up from the bottom.
you-
of
I'm
you.
asking you for reference on things that you've drank.
Yeah.
What would
I want-
you choose?
I want you to
this
pull
is
a cork-
hypothetical because I
Oh.
don't have a gun,
Are you gonna kill me? What is that?
and you're not being deported to a desert
Are we
island.
rapping like we're in
We're-
Hamilton?
I think we are.
I just saw Hamilton last night.
But
We
it would
still
be-
never got back to that, by the way.
But beer.
It's very good.
Right
Oh,
now,
that's
is it Desert Island? So IPA, Pilsner, Stout, Mexican ale,
This is the thing.
sour.
Am I getting one glass
amber?
of drink,
Uh-huh.
or am I getting a bottle to drink?
No,
to the
don't
glass?
ask
See,
me
there's
about
too many
no,
layers to this
no,
question.
stop asking me those things.
So I get
Okay.
this
Tell me
or a
what
beer.
your taste buds want on a consistent basis.
Consistent
and that's
basis.
Beer all the time.
Okay, beer all the time.
This
Mm.
tastes like garbage.
But
It tastes
last,
like burning garbage.
your last drink
Woe
is still
me,
beer.
drug dealer. I swear.
What was we drunk together? Yeah.
Your last sip of something. So you said
Ice
there's
cold beer.
a difference between
Ice cold
Desert
IPA.
Island and Gun to Your Head.
Right.
There is.
There is,
I
yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're still weighing in certain
Okay,
factors.
how
It
about this?
should be the same question.
Right.
But you're thinking too hard about it.
I'm
I think
way
they're
overthinking
different because
it. I'm
Desert
definitely
Island, I'm by
overthinking.
myself,
Yeah.
and I'll probably
Look
go
at
for
this.
that bourbon.
and I'm
just,
probably wearing my old shorts because I didn't put my new shorts in. Those are still on the luggage in the plane.
Those
that
are in the
That's what I'm
treehouse.
saying,
I left those in the treehouse.
What is your
I forgot to charge my phone all the way up to 100%. And
But
now I
if
only have
somebody
this.
was like, "I'm gonna kill you right now," what's gonna be more immediately enjoyable? I would say ice cold beer.
Oh, wow.
Ice cold. beer.
Probably
Okay.
an IPA.
How do you get to enjoy the drink, or are they about to shoot you?
No, it's like
doesn't
you.
matter.
I mean,
That's who you
I'm just
What do
kidding.
you mean?
I'm adding
Here you
more
go.
layers. I'm adding more layers. I'm just trying to add as many layers as possible.
Here's this ice cold beer.
What kind of gun?
freshly poured.
yeah,
That's gonna be more.
refreshing.
This is
Satisfying.
satisfying. Like,
Okay.
I love bourbon.
But you'll be able to chug a beer and be like, oh.
You'll be like immediate. Just yes, I feel fulfilled. Boom, done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I like this old fashioned.
I would say like a
I'm
shot
so
of whiskey.
squinting.
I would say like if it's I'm about to be
That's
shot.
too quick. At least you have a full pint to like nurse.
I'm about to be shot. What else?
You know what? I'm gonna
Time
meet
doesn't
you
matter
halfway.
at that
It's
point.
It does because you want to make this person fucking wait.
Okay. Oh no, good point.
I mean,
But I'm also selfish. I want to enjoy myself more. You know.
I'll
No,
meet
I
you-
like your point though.
You're
Yeah,
selfish. You want to get over it.
Yeah.
I'll meet
That
you
too.
halfway.
That too.
I choose a pint of whiskey.
Yeah.
That way.
Exactly. I think Craig found the answer. You know?
45 days later, you can get shot.
Yeah.
I think
Guys,
Craig found the answer.
Seriously, I'm too drunk right now for you to kill me. So if you can wait.
This is what really happens. You slam the pint of whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You immediately vomit, move your head, they shoot.
And there you go.
You survive. Yeah. You're Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta drink more bourbon.
You have
trying to run away.
You just look over, you're like, you missed.
I could have aimed better than that.
You just scurry off into the night. And
Like the guy from Trapped
Yeah.
or whatever.
Puddle of mud. Yeah. Puddle of mud. That was fun.
Okay, grocery store beer. Any night of the week. You're at Von
You need a
Ralph's.
sixer. You need a
Whatever.
sixer.
You need a sixer,
Oh,
and
no.
it's just to yourself, and no
Craig,
one's influencing
The
you.
better
It's
way
just-
to describe this was
Okay.
not the best beer in the world. What's a beer if you're on an island and you got it refilled all the time? You could drink nonstop. For
You
the
can
rest of your life.
sustain on beer.
So
Okay.
So the
I'm
one
sorry
beer
I didn't
that
add like 8 different variables.
You have your temperature controlled
no,
keg.
because if you go like, what do you want to drink? Is like, so how long? But no,
So
you
the-
have to drink this forever.
So the island is 72 degrees at all times.
Yeah.
The sun.
The beer is the
There's
perfect temperature every
refrigerators
time.
that are plugged in all over the
The
island.
beer is the same temperature every
But
time.
grocery store beer is actually a different question because
That's why I said no
Colonel
specialty.
Taylor is not the grocery store.
No.
The best IPA that we've had is not
No,
a
not
grocery
a-
store.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what do you pick from there? I know it's tough.
Like you
That is a
can't
tough
get
question.
But
bootleggers.
it's
you get this
always
shit,
it's
but
always there. You're going to a party alone, and it's BYOB, and
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one's giving you drinks,
Boom.
and it's up to you.
I would probably.
And this is a different thing because you're not taking
no,
this on an island.
Yeah. No, I
I
get it.
would probably
I know the scenario
go
now.
with like something from Firestone or Ballast Point.
Good call.
An 805 or a
Good call.
Sculpinish.
Probably not 805. Probably like
Oh.
like one of their IPAs.
Union Jack.
They have like luponic distortion is
Oh,
pretty common.
yeah.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
like
Okay.
I would agree that's in the realm
Yeah.
of beers.
Ooh.
They-
Is
they
it
are
available
beers.
in Tennessee? Is that a regional thing?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know.
How far does
How far does
Firestone-
805 reach?
Yeah. I feel
Pretty
like they're
far. I think
pretty
they might be
big.
national.
Yeah, but
I think they're national, aren't they? 805?
Oh, yeah.
easily.
They're at least-
Firestone's killing it, dude.
They're at least
Firestone,
regional.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Ballast Point stuff is pretty solid too. I mean, I was bummed when they got bought by I forget the company's name, but
The
they-
big
they-
ass
they went
conglomerate.
big.
They got bought? I didn't
They
even know
got
they got
bought.
bought.
Why do you think that beautiful brewery in
Okay.
Long Beach opened up?
Fair point.
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And Temecula.
By who?
Temecula? What? I'm getting married there next
All
month.
right.
Go to it. It's at the edge of
805.
Front Street.
805
Yeah.
is in New York.
There you go.
805 is in New York.
Nationwide.
Okay.
Coast
Yeah.
to coast. The
It's-
only parts that
It's
matter.
everything. Pennsylvania,
805
Virginia,
is
Maryland,
pretty-
North Carolina.
They
Washington,
crushed
D.C.
it with that. I don't know how
They
did
really
They
did.
really nailed it. Yeah.
So I would guess Luponic Distortion everywhere. It's very popular.
Yeah, they're
I've
a
seen
big
it before.
company.
But they
now.
have that good variety pack.
Uh-huh.
You
We've
know
done
what I
that
mean?
numerous
It says
times on
every
this
fucking
podcast.
Stater
Yeah.
Brothers and Ralph's.
Mine
Yeah.
was Lagunitas IPA.
Lagunitas.
I like
like
that.
It's in
Yeah.
the middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's not too sweet. It's not too just like.
pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I think I got a little burnt out on that one.
It's
as a
fun.
kid.
Yeah.
To be honest, I want Ballast Point Sculpin, but I feel like it's almost too like posh and hoity-toity. Just like that's what I could drink all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
so-
Team Stone. I think I'm Team Stone.
Stone is
Yeah.
Stone is great.
Stone just
Yeah.
tastes like
But
rocks.
they've had like a
Aggressive
bit of a
rock.
shift because you remember like if you had a Stone beer anywhere at a bar, it would be Arrogant Bastard. It was like either
Right?
Yeah.
step up or,
That's, what,
or not
that's
do it.
weirdly what broke them out, and then people
I
realized,
feel like
oh no, they
Arrogant
make other good
Bastard
shit.
Yeah.
started the brew craze.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
because
because it
everyone's
had
like,
that
"Have you
fucking
tried it?"
novel on the
Mhm.
back of the bottle where it was just like, you're
Dude.
a pussy if you
Reading
don't
the
drink this
lip-
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Dude.
it was
Yeah.
gnarly.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I actually
are
did
not
I did the
worthy.
Christmas
Yeah,
party
yeah.
one time. It was really fun.
Hell yeah.
But
One of the Stone
red.
breweries?
the main one in
Escondido?
Escondido.
Yeah, I guess it's
Yeah,
in Escondido.
it is.
And
yeah.
there's
It's
Liberty
Escondido.
Station downtown San Diego.
I never. think of it being that far as Escondido, but it is.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We
It's
did
still an hour.
I think we did 40th anniversary, or did I do 50th anniversary? I went down there for
it's a
back to
beautiful
back,
building, man.
dude.
Like, great
Fun
property.
time.
They did a
I've done the
giant-
tour. I've done the tour of the brewery.
I did
Yeah.
their
Multiple times.
beer fest.
Yeah.
I take a
It
nap
was
underneath
at
one of their
the
things.
kegs. Yeah.
When I went to their like festivals, which were at the college in Escondido, like
Yeah.
Poly, whatever, and it was 3 levels of shit, and that's
Mhm.
that's where I had Pliny the Elder for the first time, because you had to go to like the bottom level and
Dude,
witness
Russian
insane-
River,
Dude.
Happy Hops.
Dude,
Talk about-
Brainstorm.
Oof.
I don't think I've had this.
They're
Russian
all
River.
limited shit.
I've
Like-
had Russian River.
I had like a funeral thing I went to a
Are
couple
they
weeks
Pliny,
ago
right?
on
Funeral
Friday.
thing. You mean a
That's
funeral?
fine, right?
Yeah, I went to a funeral. Well, it's a celebration of life. But anyways,
Oh, I'm sorry for
go
your
to
loss.
go to thank you. I went to Total Wine, and I walk into like the beer cave, and I'm like, I'm just gonna get pizza ports like mixed thing because
Ooh,
it's
they're-
great. I look
They're
down
a
and
sleeper.
there's
for
a
sure.
box backwards.
Beers.
There's a box backwards, and I see like a cap I've seen before, and I'm just like, what's this? I just reached down, and it was fucking Pliny the Elder in a bottle. I was like,
I haven't had the younger.
Dude.
You know, Wayfair is crushing all
Younger.
the Russian River stuff.
dude, I know. We
Sean,
always
Sean's
miss
got
it,
Sean's got Pliny going, man.
dude.
The one time
I'm
we
always-
randomly went, they had it on tap, and I
We
was like,
dropped
No,
$100
yeah.
and something dollars.
Yeah, yeah.
All
once
through
we done-
quarantine,
Yeah.
like they've had Pliny every
Oh,
week.
God.
"Oh,
Yeah.
okay."
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose my fucking wallet.
Yeah.
Next week, Shane just got back from a trip,
Today, yeah, or
and
yesterday.
and I've been talking to Anton, and Wayfair still has the patio outdoor seating open.
Mm-hmm.
As long
I
as
think
that's true, we should
should
do a
just
thing.
get
Yeah.
together and have drinks.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Sit
just
at
have-
different tables.
I'm fine. I'm happy to get
I'd
some
rather
drinks.
not. No,
Actually, I'm a little
Well,
busy.
I already
guys.
got-
I'll wear my mask. I don't give a
My
fuck.
wife's
Listen,
pregnant.
the three
yeah.
of you in the 3 of you in this room are just now invited. If you're not there, the 3 of us don't care. Right? All right.
Greg, there's 3 people in your head.
Yeah, this is going on the internet, buddy.
Anton, Shane, and I were already like, he posted Wayfair's patios open.
Right,
I was like,
yeah.
Dude, yeah, let's fucking
Yeah,
do
I
drinks.
want to go to
No,
support.
I-
too.
yeah.
And Anton
exactly.
said, yes, let's do
I would
drinks.
love
And
to
I
go
was
get
like,
some
shit
wings. They have wings every day of the week, by the way. But
Yeah.
Monday's just the deal.
is the
but-
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah,
we
I'm
can
totally down.
postpone this Monday.
Shane
and
said
do
he's going
Hot
to get
on
a
Tuesday.
test because he just came back
So, yeah, we're
on
all
Friday.
I'm doing my bachelor party out
Yeah.
the river, and we're all getting tests this
Fuck
week
yeah.
anyway.
When
so
you say the river, you mean?
the Colorado, you missed.
Okay, you going to
But
Parker?
you're driving out to what city?
We're actually going to Parker. We
Parker!
have a friend who has a house. So we're
I was gonna say
keeping
my,
it low-key.
my old boss
Love Parker.
has a house too.
But it's like no,
No.
Park.
No.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
have
Mike,
to deal with
Mike,
a large city,
it's
and it's on the river, and it's like
100,
private. Yeah, dude.
yeah, it'll
No,
be fun.
Craig,
Yeah,
Craig.
I know what he means.
It's
Yeah, no,
The-
Parker is in.
it's cool if you like fucking trailer parks in 190-degree weather.
If you live
But if
there,
you're in the water, sick.
Right.
Yeah, but if
no,
you're
I
not-
grew up going to the river my whole life. My dad's got a badass
Dude.
jet boat, like the whole night. But we usually go to like Blythe, which is off the 10, and
Yeah.
and, you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
in California. Technically, it's just the other side of the river. But
We did a weekend, Mike, where I brought like 10 of my friends out there to the river. My boss owned like a fucking
shack.
there. I
You know, the
I went
little-
I went online and looked up. I'm like, hey, we want to get like a party bus to drive us up the river like 4 miles, and we're gonna float down. And the guy like picks us up in this party bus. We all have like our rafts and shit. He's like, oh, where we going? Like up to the park, blah blah. He's like, cool. No AC, nothing. We're just
Yeah.
sweating in this
Yep.
fucking party bus. He goes like, hey, you guys got any water? I'm like hot in here. We're like, we're about to fucking float on this river for a couple hours. You want our fucking water? Like, what are you kidding me? But we ended up stopping on the river float down and going to the barge bars. So like, you just like you got
Float on
we're all tied
Yeah.
together, and then like
Yep.
one person just grabs it. We all just hold on for dear life, and then you just walk up and you just pull out your wallet and you drink on this floating bar, dude.
that's
You should totally do it.
Yeah.
That's the
I'm
move.
telling
I
you-
mean, we're gonna keep it low key.
We called it river dickin'.
Yeah.
We just sang dickin' on a river. Dickin' on a river.
And you had one round, and you went to another one, so you just tip in.
We hit all 3 on the way
tip,
down.
tip.
Yeah,
You
and
heard
then
of, you heard
you're
of
floating.
BUI, boting under the influence? You know,
Yeah,
I got a couple
I don't
friends
know
who
how else do you drive
Buoy,
a boat.
little buoy. Yeah,
got little buoys on their Sea-Doos and shit. You know.
yeah.
No, I mean typically we don't.
The water marshal's in town.
Yeah,
you
we
know.
don't.
Right.
We don't
If he's
go
there
to
that week.
We don't go to the real party spots. We try to keep it like you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like,
Like sensible. Yeah.
Right
But,
now,
like-
with everything going on, like fucking get drunk and then stare at the sky because like,
right,
you're gonna
and
see
it's
stars
just,
like
it's
you
just
never
gonna be
have.
fun. Like I was telling you guys earlier, we're supposed to go to Mexico for a surf trip, but
Right.
we're not
Yeah.
doing that. So
Yeah.
we got a friend who's got a house. Everybody's getting tested. So
How many nights are you gonna do?
What was that?
How many nights are you gonna do?
It's gonna be a Friday through Sunday thing.
Great.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah, just mellow and
It's not that far either, dude. It's like what 4 hours.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's,
Like-
it's such a trip, man. Like,
you get
I-
away, which is
Dude,
nice.
vacation is
but
all
just,
I ever
but
wanted.
Just doing it with
Vacation.
The COVID thing is
I gotta
so
get
true,
away.
you know?
Yeah.
Dude, you're gonna have a like
I gotta get
once
away.
in
I
a
gotta
lifetime experience because who knows when the next
gotta get-
time you're gonna
I
be
gotta
going
get
through
away.
major experiences in your life where COVID's affecting it.
I know.
I
it's
hope
nuts.
not. I hope not very often. I hope not.
I
hope
know.
it's the one
It
time.
will be more special all because, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have your
Mhm.
closest people.
Tell your grandkids. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
I had
just
a
cool
kid
that
during
like everybody's
COVID.
on board
Mhm.
to like get the test and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
just take the step to
If they're
you know,
your
make sure
buddies,
you're all
Yeah, be
safe.
safe.
they're going
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah,
Like,
and
if
it was
they're your real
it was
buddies.
easy to throw it around with like, hey, Amy's pregnant. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I need everyone
Yeah, you can play
tested.
that card very easily.
You wanna be a
yeah.
dick or not?
Yeah, yeah.
You
yeah.
know, like-
do you want to come? Do you
Yeah.
want to? Yeah.
so it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. I mean, Shane is gonna get the test Friday. I'm getting mine tomorrow.
Cool.
And,
Yeah.
and let's go support Wayfair and
Sounds fun.
You know, and
totally
Great.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
pretty
let's
funny,
eat some
dude. So
wings.
I helped Eric clean out the sound booth a few weeks ago,
Uh huh.
and I'm not shitting you. We must have pulled out like 41 spots, the little power supplies,
40.
and there's
41
piles
spots. I have 3 of them right over here. So
Yeah, I mean,
Amazing.
I was gonna say that's a
piles.
little high, but not that high.
like, and what are those like 20 bucks a
Two.
pop?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you
Yeah,
start
if
doing
you
the
have
math.
all the connections, like 35.
That's
Just
some
so you
deep
know.
inside baseball musicianship.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there like laying it out,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm just like, God damn. And you know, I was just
Yeah.
trying to do it to help out the homies, and they were
Yeah.
super sweet and like got me food, and they gave me a growler and stuff like that. But like, it wasn't like a,
Right.
you know, I was charging them for any time or whatever. But I was like, I will definitely steal a couple one spots.
Hey, it's a tip. Take that as your tip. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm just glad that they're still.
Everybody
hanging in
needs
there,
a
you
one
know?
spot.
I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear they are as well, just like that they are trying to hang on.
Yeah,
I don't
I mean
know
that's
how-
my favorite place in
Dude,
Orange
right?
County. Yeah.
It
And I'm-
definitely grew on all of us, and it's also just crazy to think how you're sustaining through this time.
Right.
Because like
No
a
joke,
music venue
man.
is just like completely fucked.
Yep.
There's no
Theater
way to
is
go
completely
around it.
fucked.
Yeah, it's like
I
what-
saw. Sorry.
like, you get a little bit of a loan from the government during all this shit, but what do you do to just sustain after that? Like your loan's only gonna last so long, and
No,
now we're going to
yeah.
like 4 months in. Like,
Dude.
if your rent's $5,000 and you got $10,000, that's 2 months. Now you're 2 months in the hole.
No
And they
joke,
want you to
man.
pay fucking back.
Yeah.
Like, what the like?
Yeah.
What can you do? Because then
Right.
you bring back people, right? We open up and do a patio. You're paying your employees their salary,
Mhm.
and then like fractions on no shows being at night. You're just
Right.
hoping that money
For
and
drinks,
whatever
yeah,
drinks
yeah.
will sustain you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Right.
New
Insane.
prices, everyone. New,
New
prices.
prices, yeah.
One beer
Just
is
like-
$30.
Have you heard about the Troubadour?
Yeah.
Bill
Possibly.
Burr literally
Yeah, I was
fucking
gonna
held
tell you
that
about
thing up with a
Yeah.
goddamn heartbeat.
Yeah.
He released a limited edition poster that showed all the people that have played there
Yeah,
throughout
yeah.
all the years.
Yeah, well, he was on
And then
Rogan
signed it.
and he was talking about it.
Yeah. He's
I
like,
think that
please
really
don't
helped
let
out.
this
Yeah.
die. Please, you can't.
Well, he raised
yeah,
the shit out of some money.
Yeah.
From what I heard,
Yeah.
he did good.
Good,
But he
yeah.
didn't. He didn't release numbers, but he just
Doesn't matter.
He,
He
said
saved
it was a
it. Yeah.
success. They
Yeah.
sold out
Troubadour's,
everything.
Troubadour's too important to
It's
die.
way too
It is
important.
That's-
far too
I'm
important.
Yeah.
very. I talk a lot of shit on LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun to shit on LA.
The Troubadour is a
Sacred
super
ground.
special place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sacred ground.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
too
It's too important.
too vital.
That should be a fucking UNESCO
Yeah.
heritage.
Dude,
I
Like,
don't
for
give a
me-
shit about
yeah,
the
yeah.
Viper Room, but the Viper Room also is
say
one of
what
those
you
Viper Room.
say what you
I
want
think they should
about
stay around
in the Viper. Say what you will about the Sunset Strip. Like it
Mhm.
had its time. It's come and gone. It still
Mhm.
holds on to that.
The whiskey's still there.
If some of these venues drop off and change, like fine.
Yeah, Key Club disappeared.
Troubadour.
We didn't shed a tear.
Troubadour
Yeah.
is a different. Key Club
None of us
went, and we
care.
were like, eh.
Yeah, bye.
Troubadour is a different thing altogether.
It is.
The it's like a spirit of live
Technically
music.
off the Sunset Strip.
I
It
know,
is,
right?
it
Yeah,
is,
that's
it
why.
is.
That's
Yeah.
why.
But as far
Rodeo,
as
it's by
as far as
Rodeo.
like
Yeah.
Southern California is concerned, the Sunset Strip is like the other iconic
Yeah.
landmark music unless you want to go to Laurel Canyon and be like,
but that's local shit.
Joan Baez played in this house. You know,
Yeah.
like
There's this tree fort he played.
That's
here.
for the
Troubadour.
bands who are from LA.
Troubadour is the one.
Yeah,
Troubadours
other than
worldwide.
that, like I'm a big fan of like the LA historic theaters. You know what I mean? Like Will Turner is
Pantages.
super
Will
rad.
Turner's
Like,
rad,
is so cool.
Greek.
Yeah. Greek.
The
is so
Greek
good.
is red. What's it? Is that the USC
Got
one?
its own. It's got its own like.
I love
Royce Hall, dude. I
sing-
played Royce Hall once. Motherfucker. I'm a Bruin. I played Royce
Or
Hall.
actually, I just did a show earlier this year at the Ace Theater. That
Yeah,
theater is
Ace.
fucking rad. Yeah,
I've never seen
that,
the Ace.
That theater is super cool.
Los Globos.
Los Globos.
But yeah,
Los Globos is fun.
I
I
just
like
hope
Played
everybody-
Roxy. Is Roxy still around?
Yeah.
Is
we
the-
played the Roxy a shit ton.
Echoplex is probably doing all right. Right? Echo and the Echoplex are probably okay.
Echoplex.
I hope they're okay.
Oh, the Shrine, right? That's USC.
Yeah, they'll be.
Fine,
Dude,
They'll be
they
fine.
got USC.
yeah,
right
they'll be
now.
all
right.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna do okay.
I wonder about
that's
the
a place
Echo,
I
though.
hadn't seen until RTJ.
Mm.
Like I'd never been in.
I hope the
Shrine
Echo's
until
okay.
RTJ.
I should check in. I need to check in on the old Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Observatory's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Well,
Live
there's,
Nation.
There's enough
Live Nation.
affliction undertone.
I guess
money that
Echoplex has
should be
Live
right.
Nation too, so they'll be fine. Echoplex has Live Nation
Yeah.
money, don't they?
What's
They have.
crazy is like back in
Emo night. They have emo night.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
March or
Yeah.
April, Cindy, one of our fans and lifelong fan people, she works for Live Nation, and she told me, I was just talking to her, that there will not be live shows until 2021. And
Cool.
I
Yeah.
refuse to believe it. But she
Yeah,
works
well.
for them, and she was like, Nick, just think about how big concerts will be in smaller venues, and the smaller venues will be in smaller venues, and smaller venues. So, like, where are you going to play?
You want me
Like,
to
no
give-
offense, but where is Filmspeed going to play? And I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
someone's backyard? She's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
At the biggest venues.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
you
Biggest
see?
backyard!
Yeah.
It's about the
This
song.
is why we get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Hollywood Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah,
This is-
Hollywood
this
Bowl,
is-
too.
This is a
life.
fun
This is
question
life.
that is going to bring the whole tone down, but it's still a fun question.
Okay.
Which do you hold out more hope for? The election or live shows in 2020?
Live shows in 2020.
Which
Yeah.
do you hold out more hope for?
hope that
Yeah.
it's going to turn out
Which
the way I
should you?
want.
Live shows in 2020.
Which is more realistic? Let's go with that.
But
Which is more
let's-
likely going to happen?
Let's be real.
Yeah. Which is more likely going to happen?
No, let's be real. Live shows, any public gathering of any sort,
Mhm.
would probably be a Trump sanction.
Good point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
State,
You want to
state
support this?
subsidized
There-
art. Yeah.
You wanna-
I got elected, so Christmas is on,
Is
everybody.
he really gonna? Yeah. Is
Christmas
he,
is
Dude,
fully
he-
on.
Is he gonna go full Hitler? Yeah. He'll go full Hitler.
He's
Yeah.
down to take everybody
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Dude, did
know.
you
He'll
hear
go full Hitler. Yeah, yeah.
TikTok did that thing where they reserved all those tickets for him and they
Mhm.
started buying more
Yeah.
security
K-pop.
guards?
Thanks,
Did you
K-pop.
hear what he
The
tried to do
Tulsa
now?
Thing.
They're
What?
trying to ban TikTok from the United States.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually kind of sort of for that because it's a Chinese.
I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But you know what
Um,
else kind of
But
feels
that's
weird?
what they want you to believe.
Is that
and that's what
Trump-
they want you to believe.
Trump
Don't you
had a
see
bunch of
everyone?
tickets that fucked him over where he thought it was going to be a big showing and there was no one.
Mm.
And it's from TikTok.
Now it's K-pop fans. They were internally organized.
India did
TikTok
also
helped.
ban it because
because
of
it's Chinese.
meddling.
Yeah.
Just so you know. I mean,
Yeah, I had a
I-
very strange
Amazon
experience in
employees
I believe
Amazon
it. I
employees
believe it.
have been informed. If you work for Amazon, please delete TikTok from your phone.
Yeah, guys, if you don't know that TikTok
mean-
is a Chinese company, you should know that TikTok is a Chinese
mean,
company.
Le-
if you're okay with it,
Le-
you're okay with it. If you're not, don't
LeBron
use it.
James thinks he promotes Black Lives Matter, but he will not talk about anything about China because China
They
owns the
censor.
NBA.
Yeah. They censor.
You mean China?
China.
Okay, I was just
news reporter goes
yeah.
like, all right, if any the NBA is releasing that if you want to put your name on the back of your jersey, you can, or if you want to promote anything, Black Lives Matter, anything, you can put it on the back of your jersey, unless it's about China.
Wow.
If you
Oh.
put anything China, so a reporter goes like, okay, so if we can do this, can they put like
Culture wars, dude.
People in China
Fucking
matter,
Yao Ming.
and the owner of
Fucking Yao Ming.
ESPN responds,
It's all Yao Ming, dude.
fuck
It's gnarly over
you. The-
It is gnarly over there.
Dude, the
Yeah.
owner of ESPN replies
Winnie
to
the
that,
Pooh, man.
fuck you.
Winnie the
Winnie
Pooh.
the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Shit got heavy
Shit got heavy.
real quick.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Consistently Off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why does anyone look
Consistently
in?
not.
Well,
Consistently not.
Consistently not.
Consistently not. There's China and there's Russia. Did you hear that Putin's still trying to? He's about to get Congress to overturn the term limit rules.
In
Here or
No, Putin. Him.
I
for
thought he
his-
already had.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
in
not
Russia?
Yet, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. It's
Craig,
still.
he had his best friend come in and then like demote himself
Yes.
so that he could be in power again.
Yeah. No.
Shurgabangadadi.
Medvedev?
Yeah, same guy.
Medvedev. Dmitry Medvedev.
Makalakadaka Street.
Yeah,
But but now he's getting like support in their quote unquote Congress.
It's so scary
to overturn
Things
term
are so
limits.
fucking
So
weird, dude.
he could still rule
weird.
for another like 16 years in Russia.
More
It's so weird.
importantly, was that little piece of foam in the corner your guys is doing?
No.
All of this
None of
stuff.
this was
We
our
didn't
doing.
do any of this.
We did not do any of
Not
this.
even the shelving. We brought
So the little foam pieces you see here, I had those from my boss's.
We
friend.
own them, Mike. We
Yeah.
didn't put them up.
I just think that one in particular is so fucking useless.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it doesn't
It's
do
comical.
You
anything.
seen that corner yet? Look at that
Hey,
corner.
Guys,
It is comical.
this is embarrassing, but who do we share the space with? How would he know them?
Who else but Patrick?
Patrick.
Yeah,
How
What's his
did
last
you know
name, though?
Patrick.
Patrick
Patrick
Bork?
Lipsierman. Bork.
Bork?
Bork.
Do you remember?
I said Bitter Bear.
Yukon Gold.
Yeah.
Bitter Bear.
I know. I mean, Yukon Gold was the sugar.
Yes.
Right, and in that band was also Larry Morse on guitar
Yeah,
at one
yeah.
point, and
Okay.
Patrick.
The drummer he's playing with now.
Patrick
Okay.
was not in that band because Tony
He wasn't in the
was
Yukon
playing
Gold. Yeah.
drums.
Oh, I thought he was
for
in Yukon
that.
Gold. We need to go back and listen to Patrick's
So
episode.
Larry Morse, and Patrick and a few other guys.
Joe
They're the other
Gomez.
person in here.
So they're the people I need to talk to.
This-
in that corner?
Yeah.
This is
Go get on their
Patrick's
ass.
kid.
Go get on their ass.
This is
Yeah.
Patrick's
Yeah,
kid.
this
and
drummer, tell him that this is useless.
he did all of.
Have we
this.
not told the
See
story?
this corner?
If you
that corner?
look at this space and just imagine white walls.
That's
That's
what
what
it
it
was when-
is.
yeah.
And the half stacks you see, I don't play half stacks. That's not me.
Yeah.
This is correct.
These are my
These-
combos,
yeah.
baby. These are my combos.
Combo.
I don't play
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
See those
Yeah,
combos.
yeah.
They're
Combo
very well
life.
loved.
Oh, this is me corner now.
and then Nick's corner. Yeah,
Oh, I have him corner now.
But you're right. It is useless. And
It's just like
Hunter.
and there's a good
Hunter.
chance that if we installed it, we may have done the same.
that's like
Craig, if you cut a piece of wood and you were like, "Hey Nick, do you want to screw it in there?"
I
be
wouldn't
like-
have cut
I'd
a
be
piece
like,
of wood.
Yeah, let's totally screw it in.
I would
here.
not have cut a piece of wood.
I would've
I wouldn't
I
have
would've
gone to
screwed
that
it.
level. I would have never.
I don't know what it means.
I didn't
put
want to
that
put the
there.
effort into this place. Woo!
because
Yeah.
because
And you didn't.
I did it. I made it. I'm a fucking
because
famous
we're
musician.
because we're trying to mute out that early reflection. We're trying to make
it's in the
sure.
corner as if it's a bass trap.
yeah.
Don't let me get like too in.
No, please
into,
do. Please do.
acoustics. But this little fucking half-inch piece of foam, the coefficients of it just get nowhere near.
Do you like this? Do you like the design that's on the wall? The
It's very
Artistic. Yeah.
geometrical.
3x3.
Very geometric.
It sure is.
It is very ge-
symmetrical.
Do you find that it does anything specific to change the sound quality here?
If you thought
No.
life was a note, what note would this be to soak it up?
Wait, okay, how about this? Do you agree it is more muted with the foam on the wall as opposed to not
on the wall.
on the wall?
Do you think it's doing anything at all?
Even 1%.
If you
Couldn't be a yes or no. There's no way.
So the answer is no.
There's no way.
The answer is no. Yeah,
It's
that's a no. That's a no.
If you
if you
Yeah, that's a
If
no.
you-
if you invented another 2 octaves on top of what octave we've accepted as
Yeah, human
humankind,
hearing range. Yeah. You're talking dog range and yeah.
it might help that out.
Wait, I know.
Wait. So this is the dog filter, is what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
telling
this is
me.
the dog
My
filter.
dogs would be stoked in this room.
No filter will in this room. They're protected.
That's
They will not be
amazing.
freaked out.
You invented music.
It's good to know. It's good to know.
Well, I feel very productive.
Well,
here.
if Zephyr and Zion ever want to come over, you know, they're more than welcome.
I almost brought him actually.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen them. Oh, I miss those boys.
They would just be sitting here on the dirty
Oh,
floor.
yeah, chilling.
I could have brought Pug, and then they could have.
And they would have all
Laid on
just
the floor
laid
all
on the
together.
floor
They would
together.
have been more entertaining to watch. We would have gone viral. If we had done that, we would have gone viral.
To see what was right in front of me. I know I'm always thinking, but my God, you're always drinking without me. Let's go out to the bar and sing the songs. I'll move you want me to, leaving me all black and blue. I know I'm always thinking, but my God, you're always drinking without me. And I know you had your reasons, and I know that we can't see them now, but I love you for them anyhow. I know I'm always thinking, but my God, you're always drinking without me. I'm gonna walk with you, take off your shoes. We don't even have to speak about it. I just want you to lay with me.